Good morning. Welcome back to Football Heritage TV. For those of you who watch me long enough, you know that Friday is haircut day, hence why I'm all fluffy. There's no product in it, so apologies. I'm not a tramp. I just getting my hair done. Someone who never looks like a tramp, someone who's always dressed like they're straight out of a rap song. Big up, Danny. How we doing? Well, you well?
I'm all right, mate. Yeah, I'm still waking up this morning, but I'm fine.
Good. I can always tell, Dan, when there's been some sort of news at Tottenham because I go live and there's loads and loads of comments already. Like there's loads of comments. There's already nearly 200 people in here. But obviously the news broke last night. We will talk about this in a minute, everybody, but the news broke last night that Palhinha was a here we go. And I always feel better when Ornstein confirms it and Plettenberg confirms it and Jacobs and everyone's confirmed. Sky Sports have just confirmed it as well, that Palhinha is on his way to Tottenham and will be having a medical today in Germany. Dan, how you, give me your feelings. Give me your overall feelings on Palhinha.
Well, until I see him standing there in a Spurs kit, I'm not going to get too excited after what's happened lately, if I'm going to be honest. Pardon me. But that is a player I've wanted since his first season at Fulham. All right, it didn't go too well for him at Bayern Munich. I think he only saw, 15, 20 games if he was lucky, if I remember right. But for me, that is exactly the player we needed. Exactly the type of player we needed. I mean, I know there's going to be a lot of other people that say, who are probably going to bring up he's 30, this and that. That is why I didn't think we'd go for him personally. But we were saying on here, amongst others and that, you know what, if you ain't going to buy him, go get him on loan. It's on the market. Go and get it. I think he is a big, big change for our midfield. I am happy as with that one. Because like I said, we needed some power in midfield. We needed someone who can dominate and control a game in midfield. And that is one thing we have not got in that club at all. And you now look at that back four. You know, especially the way they played yesterday. I watched the game late last night, watched the replay of it. And you look at the midfield now with whoever we put next to him. I wouldn't mind another midfielder as well. But it looks like it's taking shape a little bit now. It actually looks like we've got a couple of fellas on the team, not just schoolboys, basically. And yeah, you ain't going to get me much happier with that one. I mean, we haven't had a solid DM since we had Dembele or Wanyama, basically. And that is one player happy as a pig in with that one. Seriously, I think he's an excellent signing for exactly what we need.
No, completely agree. And look, let's show everybody what Florian Plettenberg said this morning. Obviously, Florian Plettenberg is the number one go-to guy for German clubs and German transfers. He has said this. He has said, hopefully that's come up now. Yes, it has. There we go. He said, João Palhinha will complete his medical for Tottenham as soon as possible, probably today. I love that. Very definitive. Probably today, maybe not. New details. Tottenham has secured an option to buy. An option. Everyone in the chat, option, not obligation. All right, option. Set at 25 million euros guaranteed with the potential to rise through bonuses. Loan fee up to 5 million, including bonuses. Full salary covered. The loan deal between Tottenham and Bayern is in place following a breakthrough on Thursday, as exclusively revealed yesterday. Now, Dan, as you said there, the fact that it's a loan, for me, I think was really important. And the fact that there is an option to buy at the end, doesn't this just work out brilliantly for player and both clubs? Like, you know, no one's having to shell out money. They're not losing a player that could potentially play well and they might want to keep next year. It works well for both, right?
Well, again, it's something that a few of us have been saying. If we're not going to buy him, go get him on bloody loan, the stability side. I mean, we're paying around about 5 million to get him on loan and obviously a couple of quid more if he plays a certain amount of games and we win something, whatever else. But aren't we paying less for him on loan than what we paid for bloody Tell?
Yes. yeah.
I know there's going to be people there who are sitting there. He's not world class. He's not like this. Why are you overhyping it so much? Yeah, for me, again, I love a good DM. I used to play in the six myself and that after they kicked me out of defence. it is a solid position that we need. I mean, he's not going to get used as an out DM, but he's a ball winner. He can be that box to box, what comes deeper, and then push forward a bit. What they try to keep getting Basuma to do, basically. And again, I think he's definitely. I mean, when he was at Fulham, he looked like one of the better ones at it in the Premier League, and there were some good ones there. And I think he looks like one of the top ones there. I mean, he can pass the ball, he can get the ball. Not the quickest player, but pretty much cool, calm, calculated, and not scared to muscle out a player either if it comes down to the crunch. I mean, for 5 million, it's a no-brainer. Seriously. Personally, I'd have gone for the buy, but because I still think, even though he's just hit 30 and that, I still think he's the sort of player, very stable, fit as such. I think you'll get 3 to 4 seasons out of him, personally.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I tell you the one thing it does do, getting him on loan does free up those funds to go elsewhere. And it's almost pushing a problem down the road, but that's not necessarily a bad thing to kick the can down the road sometimes. What I do think people want to see now, Dan, and we'll go back to Palhinha in a second, is I think what people want to see is, okay, cool. Well, we've got that deal done. We've got the loan signing done of another position that makes us stronger. Now, the Morgan Gibbs White money, let's go and use that in another area. And I think the majority of fans are talking about a left winger or a striker, preferably both. Is that the way you see it?
I mean, I wouldn't mind getting rid of a midfielder. And if we lost any of them, I can't really say I'd be too bothered. And going for another solid midfielder on there, because I do have the attitude of when you can dominate a game from midfield, as long as you've got someone who can tap it in the back of the net up there, I feel that's where you need to control midfield. But with the money we got, I mean, if I'm going to be honest, I wanted Morgan Gibbs White, but I'm happy with having Palhinha more than I would have been the Morgan Gibbs White, just for here and now, not the long run. But yes, we definitely need it up front. I don't think we're going to see anything on the left, personally, because I think that's what Tell's going to get used for, an older butt. So in that aspect, if we go for anything, we've got to try and get rid of someone like Richie. I think this is all going to depend on who we can get rid of, personally. And if we can get rid of someone like Richie, because we ain't going to get rid of Solanke, then yeah, we need a striker. Definitely. I mean, we need a left wing as well, but I just don't see that one happening because I think we're already booked up on the club side. Not my personal choice, but on the club side.
Yeah, see, because when I look at the forward lines, big up, Luke. If you're available, mate, feel free to come on. Just WhatsApp me if you're available. On the forward side of things, I think you can, if 2 of them are really good, I think you can almost get away with the other one being coached, if that makes sense. You can get away with the other one being a bit more of an up and comer. At the moment, though, I think we've got one who's really good in Kudus, and then 2 that are like that. And I think we need to turn the balance the other way at least. And whether that's a striker, whether that's a left winger, I think we need someone dynamic, someone experienced. I don't know. I just feel that we need something there, Dan. I think we need that bit of spark.
Yeah, that will definitely hurt. Definitely help in that aspect. It is something that I would say, again, another position we definitely need to do. But we got the money to focus on that now. Who can we get for that? There's options out there. I just think time will tell. I think a lot of it is going to come down to who we can get rid of now to get in these positions.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Because we looked, I'll do some super chats in a minute, by the way. We looked yesterday, last night, I was talking to some of the lads about this, and we were saying, and humour me for a second, we're just saying that all of a sudden you add Palhinha in, and suddenly that back 7, if you include the goalkeeper, the back 4 and the midfield 2, looks pretty solid. Maddison, playmaker, Kudus on the right. And we put Eze in there just for shits and giggles. But suddenly, look at that 11, Dan, compared to what we were playing last season. And all that's really happened there is Palhinha, Eze and Kudus. All that we've done is added 3 first-team players there. And suddenly, I quite fancy that 11 on a Saturday against most teams. Is that fair?
It's amazing what 1 or 2 players can do to make it look stable.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought our defence yesterday total different kettle of fish, basically. And like I said, I thought he's got a pretty easy job in one aspect, as all he had to do was sort out his defence, and that's 35% of the problem solved. I mean, you look at that straight away with Palhinha in there and Kudus on the right, definitely got a bit of muscle on there. Even if we use Danso there, you can see he's got a bit of muscle. And we get someone on that left who's got it as such, definitely looking much more stable.
Yeah. By the way, Dan, sorry, I saw a comment I'd like you to address, if that's all right. I know you're very good at addressing these things. Maisie saying, no man should wear a gold chain over a T-shirt and sunglasses indoors. I thought, listen, can you explain, Dan, the glasses?
Well, I was just explaining to him. They're photosensitive, mate. I have to wear them. They're for epilepsy. It's on a monitor. On a TV or iPad, it's fine. But on a monitor, it flickers a lot more than people realise. Glad you like the chains, mate. Not cheap. Got them off my missus for 10th anniversary. And, yeah, and 16. I like you, fella. I definitely do. I'm in my 40s, so I must be looking good this morning.
I didn't think you were a day over 17 or 18, mate. Yeah, listen, I think there's a moral to the story there of don't just judge what you see. People like you judge very quickly. Maisie's adventure. Don't judge everything you see. Yeah, look, it's an interesting one, right? Because in the last 24 hours, well, actually, in the last 10 hours, 12 hours, we've had one in, one out. And I'm gonna show you what I mean. There has been more news today. Who should we go to for this one? Let's go to David Ornstein. Ornstein's a good old IT. Well, he's not an ITK, is he? He's just a reporter. So David Ornstein has said this. We'll come back to Palhinha in a minute. He said Rangers reach agreement with Tottenham Hotspur to sign Mikey Moore. Deal for the 17-year-old winger is a season-long loan with no option to buy. Top Tottenham Hotspur prospect. England Youth International's medical complete and set to be confirmed as new Rangers player. Dan, this is an interesting one, right? Because I love this for him because the way I see it is he's 17. There's no rush. And I'm not like I'll say his name, he'll probably appear. I'm not like Lubo when we're trying to rush all these 17 and 18-year-olds to be absolute world beaters before they have become. This is a good move for him, right? He's going to a league where if he is what they say he is, Dan, let him go and shine. Let him go and stand out in Scotland and see where it takes him, right?
Again, it's another one. I think it's a brilliant idea for him in the aspect of he'll get some game time. Like, dare I say it, with Archie Gray, I think that would be a brilliant idea for him. And I think it would be a brilliant idea for a few of the younger players, basically. I feel personally, instead of sitting in your team and being on the side, learning off of a few people in the squad as such, which I'm not saying doesn't help, I personally think you get more experience on that pitch. And yeah, again, that's another no-brainer for me. He's not going to get game time here. So stick him somewhere where he is going to get significant game time. I'm sure that's part of the contract that we've given him, want him to play at least 50% of the games or something, because you can do that in a loan deal, can't you? I'll give you the loan deal if he must play at least 50, 60% of games. Again, another no-brainer for me, because he's not going to get seen here much at Spurs. I think the boy's got potential, but I've only seen him play really once or twice and not really a full game as such. But I think he has got potential. But again, it's another one people do speak about him like he's basically a god sort of thing, and he hasn't done nothing to show that as yet. I mean, he's only 17. I mean, people think that we rip into these ones out of choice and that. No, the point we put across is they just ain't ready yet. So go and get them some game time. And yeah, I think putting them on loan with a game time is the best thing you can do. Others might see it different and think that stay with the team, but I don't. Personal opinion, loan them.
The point I put across with these things, Dan, is when people always go, oh my God, you're so harsh on Moore, you're so harsh on Gray, you're so harsh on Tell. No, what it is some of you guys just put them on pedestals before they've done anything. And what people want to do in life is they want to put people on a pedestal. Then when others judge them against that metric, they get annoyed. So if you tell me someone's world class, I want to see world class performances. If you tell me a kid is generational, I expect him to come on and go, oh my God, yes, he's generational. But for me, I like to let them learn, let them grow, let them learn from senior players. I'm going to do a few super chats, Dan, and I'm going to bring something up which I think is very telling for Thomas Frank's first two senior signings, should we say, in terms of Kudus and Palhinha. First of all, let me do some super chats. Big ups to everyone in the chat. I love this. There were links yesterday, but there's also a lot of reports saying that Mawani's signing a 5-year deal at Juve. So I'm not putting too much stock into that one. But Sugar Puffs, I used to like Sugar Puffs. Big up Mas Lasoren, who became a YouTube member last night. Big up to you. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. Big up to Connor. Thank you very much, my friend, with the $3.99 super sticker. Very, very generous of you indeed. Thank you very much. Always appreciated. Rodney, you plonker, which I think this is Paul Watkins, said, big up Savva and Danny. Palhinha is a beast. Yeah, and we're going to look into that in a minute because I think everyone, I'm going to speak to Dan about this. I think everybody, Paul, has very short memories and all they're going off of is what was a difficult year in Germany. Everyone seems to be bypassing that he had some of the best stats in the Premier League for 2 years. We're just forgetting that. We did the same with Kudus. Difficult year last year, completely written off. So let's see. Big up to you. Thank you very much, Paul. Big up to Ryan Trestane. Very generous as always, my man. So big up, Savva. If this goes well and we get him in, then I would take him on full-time next summer for 25 million. But would you make him captain? I would. I mean, look, I'm guessing I'd take him next summer. I guess that's going to be all dependent on, this is an audition, right? This is an audition in a World Cup year. Come in, play brilliantly, try and make a spot in the Portuguese national team your own, and make it impossible for Spurs not to buy you. Would I make him captain? I'll talk to Dan about this in a minute. I'll talk to Dan about that in a minute. Thank you for giving us our content. Big up to you. Big up to, this is my man, Martin out there in Spain, and said, exclusive, Savva has no product in his hair. It's very important because I get annoyed. I'm looking at it now and it just looks that fuzzy teddy bear look. I don't like it. Yeah. I never touch it myself, I'm afraid. I haven't shaved myself for about 10 years. Make of that what you will. I've got a guy. Big up to you. Thank you very much, Martin. Big up to Paul Langley, who's a chuff with Palhinha. Where did Dan get that mug? Yes, I am chuffed with Palhinha. I'm not sure which mug, Dan. Can you show us the mug? There we go. Where did Dan get the mug? You've been playing Levy?
That's one I'd have to ask the wife. She got that for me. I think you know what, I'll probably get shot for saying this. I can't remember whether it was a birthday or Christmas present a couple of years back.
Right, you've just heard a world exclusive that Danny's wife funds Daniel Levy. Danny's wife out. Get out. Big up to you, Paul. Thank you very much for that. Ryan Trestane has said, Danny, I think we need a left winger, striker, and maybe an attacking central midfielder. And that would be good as long as they're men. Who would you bring in for those positions? I'll bring this back up when Dan comes back. How's that? I'll bring that back up when Dan comes back. Big up to Tweak, who has sent in a super sticker. Ryan, I will get back to you. I promise we're going to answer your questions in a minute. Big up to Tweak with a super sticker. Very, very generous indeed. Thank you very much. We've had a very busy 48 hours. We've had a very busy summer on the channel here. If you haven't subscribed, please do. It'll be much appreciated. And if you haven't subscribed to the Hotspur Hood, please subscribe to Danny as well. Dan, can you answer this question for Ryan, please? He wants to know, if we get in a left winger, a striker, and an attacking central midfielder, who would you like?
That is a good question. I mean, if I was to go for attacking centre mid, I mean, in that aspect, I don't think we're that desperate for one. So there's one that I'd definitely like to give a go, and I can't even pronounce his name properly. The Belgian fella at Atalanta, who can also play as a striker when needs be. I can't remember his bloody name now.
Is that Decathlon?
That's the one. Yeah, I think he's got a lot of prospect. a lot of potential on him, and I think he would be a good buy because I don't think we need attacking midfielder that much. On the left, I mean, on a realistic side, I would definitely say going for Grealish, even if we get him on loan, is a no-brainer. I think that one would be very good because then we've definitely added experience to the team in the centre and up front on the left. So on a realistic side, Grealish is one I would definitely go for. Buying, not necessarily my first choice, but it's an open offer there we could get. And striker-wise, I must admit, I don't honestly really know at the moment. It's a bit of a dead world out there for strikers, wouldn't it?
Yeah, well, I mean, listen, I suppose it all depends on scouting. It always comes back to scouting, right?
I'd love Gyökeres, by the way, but Arsenal got him, so.
Oh, yeah. There's levels, isn't there? There's levels. But by the way, I've just seen Wrexham have agreed a $2 million deal for Connor Cody from Leicester. That's a good solid move for Wrexham, who are making moves. Yeah, listen, let's go. Oh, but a very, very generous Jakey Tarantino, love that. Said this week will determine if we are serious. Well, it's a good start. It's a start, a good end to the week. It's been a very mixed week, Dan. We had the whole Saturday was 2 disappointing results that people lost their mind about. Morgan Gibbs-White signing the new contract and all was terrible. And then 5 days later, we beat an Arsenal, played really well, and brought in Palhinha. So, for the board to get everyone back on side, Dan, I don't think it takes too much. We said this last night. If they manage to get, we use Eze. Sorry, Dan, we use Eze. If they were to go and make an Eze type signing, I think nearly all the fan base goes, happy with that. Cool. Take a step back. Great signing. Pressure comes off of Levy and Vinay and all those. So it's not, we're not a million miles away with a couple more good signings, are we? We're not a million miles away.
No, and now you said Eze, that's another one I should have thought of. Only on my second coffee, so not fully alert yet. Yeah, I mean, I've been saying for a while now.
I'll have my massive bag of buttons. How's that?
I prefer the orange ones of them, the chocolate orange ones.
I like the orange ones. Yeah,
they're the ones I always steal off my wife and have to run around the house afterwards. But yeah, Eze is one that I would definitely like us to go for, but I don't think that one's going to happen, basically. I've been saying for, over a season now that on the transfer window, the way I would rather us build it as such, instead of going for 4 or 5 players that are quantity, I'd be happy enough if we go and get 2 players that are quality as such. And I think we've already gone and done that. I mean, the team shows that it needs more than just them 2. And now knowing that we just got Palhinha on loan and we've still got money in the bank, I want us to go for another player now that walks into that first team. Not necessarily has to muscle his way in there because it's not the greatest team out there, but it's not the worst team out there. Yeah, I want us to go and get another experienced player now that walks into that first game. I'd love to go for a sort of player again, like you say, Eze, one like Kudus, one like Palhinha, where we're going for a man, not a bloody boy. Because that is one thing I do find on that pitch.
Paqueta of West Ham?
West Ham. He's another one who I wouldn't say no to. Me and Ben were speaking about him the other day.
He's got that bit of... He's a man, isn't he? He's a man.
Exactly. It's another one we need on that pitch, a bit of power. I mean, who are you going to be more bothered about standing in front of you, Paqueta or Johnson? So like Johnson, you're just going to get out my face and keep walking. He seems a bit different. I mean, yeah, I think, the next player I want to see coming at Spurs, experienced. Not just had a good season or 2, but actually got solid experience on him because we're going to need that for the Champions League more than anything. I mean, one young player that I wouldn't mind seeing after we've made an important one. I wouldn't say no to Elliot at Spurs still.
Me too.
But he's not my priority as such.
Sure.
But yeah,
but it's good
I just
for
think
squad
we need
building,
that.
right?
Exactly. And I think we have to go for quality now, not quantity. We've got a little bit of quantity out of this with Tell and Danzo. And Danzo is a player that I rate. I think he's another player that's actually got a bit of power on him as such. And
he's again, Dan, he's another man.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, I know this sounds like I've got an obsession with men, but you look, Danzo, big and strong. Kudus is strong. Palhinha, big and strong. We're seeing a theme. We're trying to get some athletes in, some powerful athletes, you know?
And that is what I feel we definitely, because again, you look at the defense. All right, Romero loves to get stuck in sort of thing. But you look at Van der Ven, okay, big fella, but I can't exactly say he looks intimidating and not the most powerful centre back I've seen. But actually starting to look respectful as an actual centre back, and I need to see more of that, because that was something you brought up a while back. Like, how can he actually do as a centre back, having to sit back as a centre back? Because in a way, the way Ange played definitely made him stand out so much, because you see him use so much of his pace, basically. But yeah, we definitely need power. We definitely need experience. And yeah, like you say, we need another man on that pitch, not another little boy.
Well, look, let me bring this up. Lubo, good morning. Have you been to the barbers this morning?
No, I went on Wednesday. I did. So I gave Bambos a name check.
Can I ask you a very personal question? How much money does a gentleman without any real hair pay their barber?
Well, listen, if any of his other clients, I'd get a special rate. I can't say, because if any of his other clients are watching this show, I could cause them a problem.
Just kidding. Because when I go to the barbers, it's an hour. Like for the cutting in of the beard and the steaming and mine's a good old hour. I can only imagine you're in and out quicker than Body Blue takes them. You know, like just
the difference is I can afford a shaver. So
mate, do you know what? When I look at my line where I get it shaved, right?
Yeah.
Hats off to any man that does that themselves and gets that straight line. I haven't got the patience for it. I'd rather sit there and let someone. Anyway, that's enough about facial hair. Lubo, we haven't spoken since last night. We jumped off the stream and then I was live again within 15 minutes because we had the here we go. Palhinha, 25 million euro option for next year, a year loan. Talk to me. How good a signing? Why are there people that are not happy with this?
Why? How can people not be happy?
I don't know, mate.
You got a quality player here. What he does is like a niche player, isn't he? He's got a specific skill set, and he does it brilliantly. And you know what? You've got, and this is what makes successful teams. Different players with different skill sets. He will win the ball and he'll give it to someone who can spray it around and create. And that's all we want him to do. That's his job. And for Fulham, he did it brilliantly. So for me, it's a no-brainer. As I said yesterday, when I was on Johnny's Space a year ago, people said, ideally, what three players do you want? And I said, Isak, Eze and Palhinha. And we've got one of the three. You never know. Can we get all three? What do you reckon?
Right, mate, I'll be honest. Two of the players I wanted in the summer, he signed first.
Yeah.
I can't. This is why I liked. When people ask me why I like Thomas Frank, clearly he's on the same page as me, right? Because I like a coach. He's a coach. I asked for Palhinha and Kudus. I've got Palhinha and Kudus. I can't ask for things and then be up. That's like being a kid, right? Asking for a Nintendo 64. Opening a Nintendo 64 on Christmas Day and then but I wanted the Sega. Do you know what I mean? Like you can't
listen. It's well done.
Show my age there, Sega. Show my age.
Well done, Ben. Yeah. He's coming through, isn't he? He's been brought in and he's coming through now. So
well done, Levy.
It's all good.
Well done, Levy. Do you know what? It's about time. We haven't seen this for a while. It's about time we got this up on the screen. There it is. The Levy Inn. We should all go down to the Levy Inn pub. And there he is. Look, Daniel Levy, Lubo, has given you a European trophy, a proper coach, Kudus and Palhinha. Daniel Levy deserves a praise from you and from all the others. He deserves it.
It's Vinay. It's definitely Vinay.
Dan,
Listen.
you know the funny thing? When the Morgan Gibbs White deal fell through, Lubo straight on the WhatsApp to me going, bloody Daniel Levy. And now these deals are getting done. It's Vinay.
Even though Levy had nothing to do with it anymore, if you remember. I mean, look, one thing we are as
shameless
as Spurs fans, I've said it a million times, easily satisfied is an understatement in that aspect. Because a lot of people were losing their minds over what happened the other day. Now, all of a sudden, a lot of people are super excited and we look quality and everything just because we've done Arsenal in a friendly. Okay, it was nice to do Arsenal. Don't get me wrong. It always is nice to do one over on them. But again, it's another result, whether we win or lose, I really ain't that bothered about because it's a friendly. But again, nice to do Arsenal. But ain't it mad how that in a matter of a couple of days, we go and make a signing and we've done Arsenal, all of a sudden it's majority of people happy. You're always going to get someone that don't rate a player as such. One other point I want to make on that, again, something I've been saying and you and a couple of others have agreed with me on this. Go get an okay team, play it in the right position, play everyone to what they're good at. You can actually make it look like a very good team or a good team at least. And yesterday we looked, from what I watched after and that, we looked more than stable. That defence line looked stable. I think Porro cut in once or twice. Nothing wrong with doing that in a game as long as it's once or twice. And yeah, personally, I think we've got the right manager for the job. I think he will get what the players need and get them playing the right way. But Spurs fans, very easily satisfied. We go and lose the next friendly, say 3-4-0. All of a sudden, it's going to be a complete meltdown again.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I want to bring something up about the two signings we just made, but I do want to get a couple of super chats done first. Guys and girls, please keep subscribing. Subscribe to the Spurs 5 for Lubo. Subscribe to the Hotspur Hood for Danny and subscribe to Football Heritage TV for me. We are chasing down 20.5k already. We've nearly done 450 subscribers since Saturday night, which is crazy, to be honest. But big up to you all. Please smash the like button as well. Listen, Spurs fans, we're so bad at hitting the like button. These are good news days. If we can't smash the like button on good news days, there's 900 of you in here and 220 likes. That math ain't mathing, as somebody once said to me. Big up to Emma, as always. Very, very generous, Emma. Really, really do appreciate you. Good morning to Savva and Dan and Lubo. I think she put this in before you joined, so I'll just add your name on. Thanks, Emma. Really appreciate you. You're always very, very generous. Big up to Sammy Mehmet. Thank you, Sammy, who said, so pleased to see an organised team performance. Yeah, we'll talk about that in after we've talked about Moore and Palhinha. Absolutely. Loads of people messaging. Sorry, how did Richarlison get man of the match?
Good.
Sorry, we'll come to that later. Sorry, it's just popped up on Sky Sports. What on earth? Anyway, what on earth? He was awful. Anyway, yes, we will talk about it. I'm getting so many people going, oh, he just did yesterday what Ange did in the final. And I'm like, no, he didn't. But Sammy, thank you very much. Really appreciate that. Big up to Ryan, who's come back in again. Very generous this morning, Ryan. I said I would have Savva at striker and Danny at left wing. And Savva, you seem to be like my kitten. She's cute and fluffy. Oh, the hair. Either you're coming on to me there or you're talking about my fluffy hair at the moment.
Never heard you call that.
I mean, I've been called many things in my life. I don't know if cute is one of them. I'll take it where I can get it. Thank you very much, Ryan. Really appreciate that, my man. Big up to Rob Welsh, who has said, Lubo in denial. Daniel is doing the deals. Rob, do you mean Daniel Coys? Daniel Coys is doing a deal. Listen, we'll get Lubo there. We'll get Lubo there. Big up to you, Rob. Really appreciate that. Ryan Trestain's coming again. Very generous this morning, Ryan. Said, Lubo, why are you so easily satisfied? Is it because of Vuskovic?
Satisfied? I want to be satisfied till we win the Premier League.
Oh.
That's when I'll be satisfied.
No, well.
Oh.
I'd like to see it once in my lifetime.
Oh. Ryan, we could win the FA Cup, League Cup and Champions League in 1 year. This man's not happy.
No,
He wants the Premier League.
I could listen. I could be 95% happy. I just want to see him win the league, just once.
Ian, if you're not going to be happy until we win, like satisfied until we win the Premier League, mate, you're going to have to satisfy yourself.
And swiftly moving on from that conversation. Big up, Ryan. Thanks for that. And Jakey Tarantino's come back in and said, top of the morning, this is SSJ. Yeah, see, I knew it was something like SSJ. Jakey, I hate that YouTube have done this with people's names. I'm so annoyed because I knew everybody through their names that they put, not their handles, if that makes sense. Big up to you. Have a lovely day yourself, my man. Big up to you. It's a nice day. Look, there you go. It's a lovely day in South London today after yesterday. My poor Uber driver having to swim through the Thames to get to my house with my McDonald's. Big up to you, Jakey. Guys, I'm going to read you this and then show you something as well. For all those that are doubting Palhinha, we're all talking about we want to be hard to beat. We want to be competitive. Listen to some of these stats. So this was for the 23-24 season, right? You can see there that the most duels won, right? Guimaraes, Kudus, and Palhinha. We just signed 2 of them, right? Which tells a story in itself. Now, if we go to João Palhinha, in his 2 years at Fulham, right, so this is the 22-23 and the 23-24 season, he won the most duels in the entire league for the 2 year period, 542 duels won. He won the most tackles in the entire league over those 2 years with 159 successful tackles. The 4th most interceptions in those 2 years with 91. Guys, if we take the joint part of this, doesn't this show the exact type of team that Frank would like us to be? 2 of the top 3 from not last season, the season before, most duels won. He wants strength, he wants power and ability, right?
He's building, isn't he? You can see the player profile, player ID that he wants. It's all good. It's all good. Thank God we got rid of that clown. Thank God we brought this guy in. That's all I can say. You're looking at a different team. Listen, it's only beating Woolwich is always very nice. Pre-season friendly, granted, that's all it was. But you can see the way he's setting up the team. And that bodes well for the coming season. Looking forward to Sunday now. So
yeah, by the way, just a bit of transfer news that Wolves have just signed a player called Wolf. I mean, you can't write stuff like that. That is sensational. Wolves have agreed a deal to sign David Wolf. I believe he's a left back. That's absolutely sensational. That would be like Arsenal signing someone whose surname is Arse, like when they had Arsene Wenger. But yeah, you're right. It's for me. We've said it for a long time, Lupo. We've got the kids. We've got the kids. These are powerful players. Like
but we said that, didn't we? He's now making up. He's now buying established, which is what we should have done 12 months ago.
Yeah.
So no complaints. You know, they're working on other transfers as well at the moment. We'll see.
I think he's gone about it totally the wrong way. Again, each their own at the end of the day. But for me, I make a stable team, and then I start bringing the youngsters into the team, because I just feel you do it the opposite way around. You're not going to see much success or much greatness out of them because they haven't got much to learn off on the pitch as well. And if one of them has too much of a good season as such, you see one of the bigger teams come in and just take him off of you. So personally, I would have done it the other way round, like getting the players like Kudus and Palhinha. Okay, couldn't have done that 2 years ago, whatever, but similarity. Get some men on that pitch and then start getting the younger ones in to go with them, basically. The way Ferguson used to do it. Basically, he would always have men on that pitch before he starts bringing boys on that pitch a majority of the time. I just feel we've gone round it back to front, but we're doing it now, so I'm just going to be happy with that.
No, that's great. Listen, Dad, Ferguson used to have one place open each year for the kids to come through. Which
but he would always have men. He
Yeah.
would always have men on that pitch, at least like built round it, to bring in the younger ones with it. He never used to make a team of young ones to then bring in a solid man with it. And I just feel we've done it totally back to front. But it looks like he's got the right idea now, and that is what I want on the experience side and man side as well. So what's done is done. We can't change that. I just hope he still sticks with going for men and not boys now.
Yeah, fully agree. By the way, to Rob Welsh, Rob Vinay is doing the deals at Tottenham.
Here we go.
Oh, no. I want to make that clear. I want to make that clear. He's doing the deals.
This isn't what you said when Gibbs White got messed up. When Gibbs White got
exactly
messed up, you blamed Levy.
No, I didn't blame Levy. I didn't.
Yes,
I didn't. No, I didn't.
You WhatsApped me immediately and you went, Levy. This has got Levy all over it.
Yeah, I was banshing with you, but I did say on the screen. I was winding you up. I said on screen that I didn't think Spurs were to blame for that situation. So in effect, I was saying that Levy's not to blame, but the club were not to blame.
Yes, Ellie, you can join us. I will send you, as long as you behave, Ellie. As long as you behave. Let me just send the link. By the way, just really, really quickly. I like it. What I like it, guys. God, why have I forgotten the alphabet? I was looking through going, where's Q on my phone? Ellie, here you go. Here's the there you go. Let me have a look. This comment here, right? Not the one from Ellie. I love when people do this. Savva, you said yesterday night that we shouldn't buy squad players, only first-team starters. Contradiction City. I believe if Harvey Elliott signed for Tottenham, he'd start a hell of a lot of games of football. I think he'd start loads and loads of games. Listen, for me, Harvey Elliott is a starter, but we can also, just because they're a starter doesn't mean they're never going to be not going to be rotated. I don't believe Maddison's a starter. Doesn't mean that he's not going to have games where he doesn't sit out for the week and then play in the Champions. Like, what are we doing here? Maisie, I've seen you being asked twice now. You did it to Dan earlier, and I gave you the benefit of the doubt and let Dan. Dan, you know when you get to know the people in your chat, and you see those that want to talk nicely, and then those that just want to be an arse. This is just being an arse. Harvey Elliott, for me, I've always said I really like Harvey Elliott as a footballer. He will be Ellie, there's a lot of feedback on your line.
Okay, is it better now?
I'll let you know when I talk. Yes, at the moment, yes. That's perfect. Yeah. I'll bring you in a second, Ellie. Maisie, listen, I've always said I like Harvey Elliott. I think we need to be bringing in players like that. Harvey Elliott can play off the right, through the middle. He can play number 8. I feel that when fans do this, you're just looking to beat me with a stick for something. And big up to Ryan Chastain. Said, don't worry, I was not hitting on you. I was on about your hair. It's all good. Right, it's all right. You can hit on me, man. It's all right. I've been hit on before. No, that's a lie. That's a lie. Big up to you, Ryan. Really appreciate you. Thank you very much, buddy. And thank you to Martin Knightsbridge again. Said you can't help but love Lubo. I'm so glad that there was an O at the end of that sentence and not an E. We do love Lubo, but he is very confused about who his chairman is, who his CEO is, who's doing deals. You watch. If Spurs don't bring in another player this window, it will all be Daniel Levy's fault again. You mark my words. Ellie, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I just got one thing to say, Pape from the halfway line.
Oh, Jesus. Ellie, talk to me. Palhinha.
Yeah. You know I love him because I put it in your chat so many times. I've wanted him since he went from Fulham to Bayern. I wanted him to come to us because he's such a good footballer. And he doesn't get much credit for the skills that he's got as well. He's not just a ball winner. He can carry the ball. He's very good at set pieces. He gets on the end of things. I know he don't score that many goals, but when he does, they're normally bullets. I just like him. I just think he's, like you said, he's a real man. We've got real men joining our team, Savva.
Ellie, I'm just going to quickly stop that and come back to it in a minute. We've now been in Florian Plettenberg's news feed 3 times by 11 a.m.
Wow.
The first one was Palhinha. The second one was Mikey Moore going on loan. The third one, as per the screen right now, is that talks between Heung-min's son and LAFC are ongoing, and Tottenham have been informed. So for all of those that think that transfers happen club to club, this shows you they don't happen club to club. However, there is no agreement or decision at this stage to be continued. Guys, is it any wonder this sort of a story is coming out 2 days before we play in South Korea and potentially 3 or 4 days before the man might be leaving the club, or are we just putting 2 and 2 together and getting 5?
No, I think it's true. I think Sonny's going. All the signs are there now. Is it Plettenberg? Did you say?
Plettenberg, yeah.
Plettenberg, yeah. If he's put it, then there's a lot of truth in it, isn't there? Like you said, Savva, when this guy talks about things, he's normally spot on. So, yeah, I think Sonny's had his day. I wish him well. I think he'll have a great career over there as well, you know, because the level isn't quite even his level at his stage of his career. So I think he'll benefit and they'll love him over there, and he'll bring in millions of pounds to that club. That's for sure.
And the thing is, Ellie, in LA as well, they've got a huge South Korean population out there. They've got a huge South Korean base. So it makes sense, right, Dan? It makes sense.
It's an ideal deal, basically, for everyone. Some people been saying that. I mean, I personally still think we should have got rid of him 2 years ago. And again, this is where I feel Spurs fans are very sentimental. I get it when it comes to Son. He's been brilliant for us. But as soon as a player's past his best, I'm one, go on, out, new one in. And that's just business at the end of the day if you want to stay at the top. I mean, look how ruthless Ferguson was, for God's sake. The second they didn't look up to standard, they were gone, whether they've been at the pitch 5 years, 8 years, or 2 months. He didn't care, as all he wanted was the best for that team. And whoever goes and buys Son anyway, they're in the money. Because if we sell him for about 30 mil, I reckon we can get that for him, because whoever we sell him to, they're going to make that money back within 2 days. There's only been 2 players in football for a very, very long time that can make more money than Son on the day of the, and that was Messi and Ronaldo. Apart from them 2, every footballer in the world, he brings in that money, basically, because wherever he goes, South Korea goes, basically, not just half of it. They make the money back on the sell date for him. So again, I think it works for all rounds. I'd have loved to see him go Serie A, because I think that would suit him down to a T as well, because I think he's still got the pace for that. But then maybe he just wants to chill out a bit. His stamina doesn't look as good as it was. He looks like he's getting a bit injury prone. Maybe he just wants to go out, make that money now, chill out in a bit of heat and everything. And he's going to make a hell of a lot of money out of it as well. And I think he can also leave us now. I think it's took a bit of mud off his back, us winning that cup with him. It's not going to get... If he goes now, it's not going to be remembered, but we should have got rid of him 2 years ago. Whereas if we wouldn't have won that cup, we'd be... Well, I'll be one of the ones sitting here like a lot do about Lloris, saying, yeah, he was great, but should have got rid of him 2-3 years ago, basically. So I think it's a no-brainer on all sides, personally.
Yeah, let me just quickly. I've just been sent some breaking news as well. Don't know if anyone knows what this might be. It's it's all vinyl. And if you don't like that one, how about that one? Look, it's all vinyl. It's all vinyl. And you know who did those, Lubo?
Well, it's got to be Perchy or Ben. It's one or the other, isn't it?
It's Perchy. It's Perchy. He's a naughty boy, that Perchy, isn't he?
I think his Max Sad one yesterday was more accurate. I've got to say, I thought it was very funny. I thought it was very funny.
I look like Paul Walker.
Yeah. You're accusing Perchy and myself of bullying yesterday.
You look American.
It was hysterical.
You look American in that one.
Yeah.
You look like you've had a lot of burgers.
Oh, Ellie, I sent that to my my WhatsApp group yesterday. Nothing to do with Spurs. Like my lads from school that we're all still friends.
Yeah.
And the first one put back, really happy for your new job, Sav. I hear they're paying better these days. I was like, yeah, thanks, mate. Like,
Listen,
yeah.
so anybody who buys 5 memberships, you get a Big Mac, chips, and an apple pie.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. Anyone right now who gets a membership, I'll buy them. I'll steal them a free Big Mac from my kitchen. Lubo, listen, Dan and Ellie have had their say on Son. Is this one of those scenarios where you say smoke means there's fire? Are we?
I think that for him to go out in a blaze of glory in Bilbao, I think is absolutely perfect. I think he's been great for us. He's had 10 years. He's now moving into the twilight of his career. And I think to give that career a boost, I think he'll be a superstar in the MSL. I think he'll be absolutely superb. So, no, more than happy for that. As long as we go and buy a Rafael Leao or another top left winger, I think it'll be absolutely brilliant. Can I just say, pro shoots, I'm worried that Gray will be replaced by Palhinha. I'm delighted that Gray will get an education from Palhinha. That's exactly what he needs.
Yeah.
Hope that answers that.
For anyone who cares about the cricket, England have just dismissed India for 224 in the first innings. I'm guessing that's cricket.
224.
Yeah.
They've taken 4 wickets in like half an hour.
I've no idea about that game. Ellie, the feedback coming from your phone, I think it is horrible.
Is it?
Yeah, just so you know.
Do you want me to
Do you want to
out?
log off and then log back on? See if it changes.
I'll do that.
Right.
I'll move to a different area as well because I'm under my stairs. That's why. Okay.
Cool. Big up everyone in the chat. Thank you so much. 340 likes, 950 people in here. Big up to you. And in terms of super chats, big up to Alan Shug Knight. You were the one who was having a pop at Stell last night, weren't you? It says Thomas Frank. So happy we have him. Come on, you Spurs. Listen, I'm very happy. People don't seem to be happy that I'm happy that we've got Thomas Frank. But I am very happy we've got him. Even, and I'll talk to the boys about this in a minute, even his interview after the game, it just felt like he talked me through his thinking. He talked me through what he saw, what he wanted to change, what he wanted to adapt. And I was like, yes, this is a manager I want to listen to. Big up to you. Thank you very much. Kudos, my man. Thank you very much. Very generous. I said, Lubo is the guy at the barber's with one strand of hair who takes 5 hours to get done. Probably tells him about Archie Gray, grasswork ethic too. I mean, make of that what you will, Lubo.
10 minutes.
Strand of hair?
That's it. 10 minutes. In and out. 10 minutes.
Oh, Ellie, it's really bad.
Is it? I don't know what it is.
Are you on the phone?
Yeah, I'm on the phone.
The feedback is really bad. Every time I talk, I can just hear me.
I think the way for her to do it, is when you're not talking, put it on mute. When you are talking, obviously unmute it because it seems when you're talking, the lag goes away as such. So mute, try it muting while you're not talking, and then obviously unmute it when you're talking.
Right, I'm muting now.
Here we go. Ben Jacobs was just posted, by the way, as well. Understand that suggestions Nottingham Forest and Botafogo could end up in a multi-club model together are wide of the mark. Could you imagine Marinakis after all his complaining? Bless me. Hopefully I got to the mute button in time there. Big up to Vindaloo. I was saying, have a drink on me because you beat us. Gutted. Vindaloo. You boys looked very ordinary. I would say very ordinary. A lot of money spent. And I don't think that Arteta's pushed you on. As I said last night on Football's 12th Man, I feel like you guys are closer to third or fourth than you are to first at the moment. Hey, that's just me. You call me salty if you want. But big up to you. Thank you very much. I will buy a beer tonight on you. So thank you very much. I'll post a picture of it so you can see. How's that? Guys, the question that was just asked, I was going to ask you guys about. What did I say I was going to ask you about? Yeah, Thomas Frank, his interviews. After the game yesterday, a lot came out. He gave a good 3-4 minute interview. We saw the pre-match with the players where it was a very quick 1 minute. Guys, win your battles. Second ball, win the duels, pump them up. Goes round. Everyone gets a cuddle. Everyone gets a come on, come on. He's just different, isn't he? He's just so much different to what we've had.
It looks like he's got stability to his game. And again, he's repeating it. Get it playing the right way and you can make an average team look bloody good. I mean, for me, Arsenal just looked like they didn't want... Arsenal looked like they was playing a friendly to me. Where Spurs actually looked like, we want this, we need this, basically, sort of thing.
Do you think?
But...
I thought they were well up for it, but I just don't think they could compete with us. I thought physically we dominated them in the midfield.
Physically, yeah. And another thing that, just to me, I don't think they was giving it 100% personally. But that's just a personal opinion. I've seen them play games where they get stuck in a lot more, but it is only a friendly in that aspect. You don't go into a friendly to bust yourself as such. But I didn't actually... For one of the first times in a long time, I think they still tried everyone's trick on what they try on Spurs, basically. Get it down the flanks. That's where we're open.
Bang on.
And honestly, I saw them do it a couple of times, and we looked covered there. I think if I remember right, because like I say, I watched this quite late last night. Porro inverted a couple of times. I've got no problem with a wing-back doing that a couple of times, but not through the whole bloody game. And I think they caught us one out of sync on the left-hand side with Porro, if I remember correctly, last night. But that was it. I mean, Saka, meh. I wasn't actually scared every time the ball went past the halfway line, whether it was over the top, on the left, on the right. It looked like there was a line in that defence. It looked like that defence almost knew what it was doing for a bloody change, because it hasn't looked like it's got a bloody clue, to the point where we don't even know if they're good defenders or not anymore. And it was just much more stable over the whole team as a whole, basically. But especially that defence. I said, sort out that defence, mate, and that'd be 30%, give or take 5% of your problems sorted out, and it already looks sorted. I thought the defence didn't look as scared as Vicario, or as scared of him, should I say.
I say, Dan, I thought he was... I think he's our weak link at the back. I know Lubo's going to completely disagree. I think he's the weak link.
I don't rate him as a keeper, but for his shot stopping, I think he's one of the top 3 in the Premier League. I think his shot stopping is excellent. And I think he reads a player coming at him very well. But when it comes to distribution with a ball, when it comes to ball control, and goalkeepers need that these days, I think he looked a bit better on trying to catch the ball. I don't think he looked so scared, and I don't think the defence were as scared of him as such. Because for the past year and a half, I think he's been scared of his defence. His defence have been scared of him, sort of thing. The defence have been scared of midfield. It's like most of the team have been scared of each other, of where they're going to be, and haven't got no sort of link on knowing that they're covered. But there is definitely room for improvement with him, which I haven't seen since we got him, basically. And I thought he would actually improve significantly as a goalkeeper, basically. And I don't think he is. But on shot stopping, I think there's only possibly 2 better than him. But sadly, as a goalkeeper now, it's not about sitting on your line and being the big man like a Peter Cech, like a Schmeichel, like a Oliver Kahn, whatever. It's about being able to come off your line and be a sweeper keeper, basically. That is what 9 out of 10 goalkeepers have to play at these days. And I just don't think that's his game. His distribution is not good. But I don't think the defence looked as scared of him as such.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it definitely all looked... I mean, Ellie, it looked very organised yesterday, what I would say. And I think a lot of people are saying to me, oh, this is what we did in the Europa final. But I think there's a difference between being organised and sticking 10 men behind the ball, isn't there? But we looked organised right the way through midfield. Even Palhinha, even Kudos. Kudos and Odegaard worked very hard back, tracking their men back as well. It looked organised, right?
Yeah, and not just organised. We looked like a team, right? And everybody playing for each other. busting their gut to get back. Even Kudos was tracking back, working hard. Odebear. We just looked much more organised, and I just thought the coaching from the sideline as well was excellent. Encouraging, talking, looking at the graphs, for tactical awareness. He's just a different level of coach, isn't he? Because Ange would just stand there with his hands crossed, looking miffed. Because basically, with Ange, right, he just wanted them to play his way, Whereas Frank, he's very, very adjustable, and he'll do in-game management so many times if he sees something wrong, he'll tell the players, which I love. That's what a coach should do. And we were lacking with Ange in that respect. All right. So I'm very, very happy the way he set us up, and I'm very, very happy with the in-game management. It's fantastic. And the other guy who's with him, is it Cochrane or...
Yeah.
Is it Cochrane? Yeah, he's very good as well. Very, very vocal. And I see him on the training pitch. He's brilliant, and he's got a good rapport with the players already. And you can see there's a mutual respect from the players. So I'm so happy that we've actually got a team that plays organised football.
Yes. I mean, you even saw him on the side, or you saw his right-hand man, basically, not screaming and shouting, doing an Arteta or Conte, whatever, but telling the players what to do. They was actually, from what I saw, looking over a couple of times at the manager for the manager to say, right, you there, do this, do that. Whereas this is one thing I really did not like about Ange, just the way he'd sit there and do nothing bar a moment or two. Again, they was actually looking over to the manager for a bit of advice, or because they heard the manager call their name or whatever. Again, there was stability there. They was already looking over to the manager saying what to do, and his right-hand man also, I think he was the louder out of the two of them. But we haven't seen that for nearly 2 years. I get that some managers want to rate and write their bit down and do it at half time. But I'm sorry, you don't always get that 45 minutes to do that. Sometimes when there's a problem and you see it on there, your job is to tell that player, do what you want him to do, basically. Not make him mess it up for 45 minutes, then tell him what to do. And that is another thing I like about Thomas Frank. He doesn't lose his head over it, but he definitely gets involved in it. And again, this is what we wanted. And I'm so far, so good. I think he's going to make us a stable team and hard to beat.
I agree. I think the forward stuff, Lubo, will come, right? The forward stuff will come in time, because, again, like when we were speaking last night and people were saying about, are we good to watch? Is it exciting? I mean, first and foremost, we said, Lubo, that any manager that comes in here, the first thing they've got to do is sort out that back four. Implement a back four, implement a strategy in front of them, and the rest will develop, right?
That's right. I think the plus for Frank was that when he came in, he's got a strong defensive squad of players, group of players, should I say. So he's got plenty to work with there. He just had to put them into a system, and someone like him would do that very easily. As he goes further forward, midfield's not quite as good, but better than the attack. Where is James the Hitman? I haven't heard from him since he came on shouting and screaming, shooting from the hip the other week.
Alex destroyed him in the debate, and now James is just licking his wounds somewhere.
Is it?
Yeah, he can't cope with YouTube.
He couldn't
Tough
cope.
world.
He couldn't cope.
Tough world.
He couldn't cope. So
what I was going to say, just quickly, Lubo. I'm gonna do something. I will gift out 5 memberships if we get to 500 likes in the next 15 minutes. So if by midday we get to 500 likes, we're on 383. I'll gift out 5 memberships. Can't say fairer than that. That's very nice of me. comes out of my own pocket. What a modern day hero I am. So 500 likes. We're currently on 395. And I'll gift out 5 memberships, which means you can, for the month you get gifted, it means you can join the member only shows.
And
Sorry,
it means they can buy their own Big Macs themselves, doesn't it?
It does. Yeah, you get a free Big Mac with every membership. Yeah, it's just, it feels different. Like, people are like, oh, Savva, you're getting giddy. And, well, yeah, a little bit, because I've got what I asked for. Isn't that the way life works, Lubo? Some people who didn't want Frank are understandably going to be pissed off. They didn't get what they wanted. For me, I've got what I wanted. I've got a clear communicator with the fans. He's very... The interview he gave after the game, Lubo, right? When he turned around, he was very honest, wasn't he? He said, listen, I like what I saw defensively. He said maybe in the second half, he said, I felt we defended too much. And he said, we won't be doing that again. He said, phase 1, good. Phase 2, good. The forward areas, a lot of work. There's more to come. That's what I want to hear, Lubo. I want him to talk to me about the game and how
he wanted a 6, he wanted a right winger. So he started off and he's got that. And now he's moving on to the next phase of his rebuilding with the squad. And that's going to be interesting to see who he buys next. They've got 60 million sitting there, haven't they? In effect. So,
well, yes, they must have, right?
Yeah.
Hence Palhinha's alone covered the wages, which was what, let's be fair, all we've done there is swapped him and Werner, right? If we're going to be brutally honest, we swapped him and Werner, same salary per year, and that's 60 million for Morgan Gibbs White. Surely, guys, is sitting there waiting to be spent. And the brilliant thing about this is everyone's putting, you know, when you put 2 and 2 and 2 and 2 and 2, and everyone comes up with the same answer. It's Spurs have got Eze done, right? But we can't announce it until Sonny goes. And that's where the Morgan Gibbs White money is going. You know, like we're putting all these 3 different things together and we've all gone, Eze. Are a lot of people, Lubo, setting themselves up for a bit of heartache with this whole kind of Eze, it's not pandering, but this dream of Eze joining Tottenham, are they setting themselves up for a little bit of heartache?
We watched him at QPR thoroughly. Never put a bid in. A pal of mine who's QPR season ticket holder kept telling me Eze is a Tottenham player. He is
Jeff?
Perfect for your club.
Jeff?
No, not Jeff. Jeff's Tottenham. I'm talking about a QPR pal.
Sorry, Jeff.
He went to Palace. Went to Palace. Jeff just watches the Monday night shows.
Oh,
on Thursday.
Bugger off then, Jeff. Sod you, Jeff.
And we watched him at Palace. Ange didn't fancy him because Ange was big on player ID, and he had a superb end to the season, didn't he? I think he was carrying an injury for a lot of last season, and came good. He was brilliant at the end of the year. That would be a perfect signing. And if you're looking at a Kudus, Palhinha, and Eze transfer window with Sakai and maybe a left back cover, possibly, or right back cover coming in, then you got to say it's a very good window, and just the sort of window we wanted. You know, for me, we've all been talking about cover for Udogie. Udogie got injured. We're looking at that squads, and we're just looking at Ben Davies in the left back spot. Well, look what Spence did yesterday. So for me, I think we discussed this last night. Spence for me is the best left back defensively in the club, and that's how I start the season. Even if Udogie was back fully fit, I play Spence and Porro as your fullbacks, and obviously Romero and Mickey in the middle. It's starting to look good. You can see building blocks are being put in place. Let's not get carried away. He's still got several players to get before we're looking at a team that's going to compete seriously.
Yeah.
But it's a good start. It's a good start. Well done, Vinay. Well
done, Vinay. Thank you very much. I mean, Ellie, it was very plain to see yesterday. Partnerships were beginning to form. Not only were the wingers getting back and really helping their fullbacks, what I noticed massively was Sarr would keep going out to double up with Porro or Martinelli. Bentancur would come over on this side and would double up on Saka with and Ben White with Spence. We've not seen that for a while, have we? We've not seen these partnerships formed all over the pitch.
No, and it was very refreshing to see, Savva, because you need those partnerships. You need players that really, they've got a click. Like with Ericsson and Dele, they had a click. They were fantastic together. You know, one player without the other. I'll go back to even Archibald and Crooks, fantastic together. You know, you need those clicks and players really respecting one another for it. Because when you work as a team and you've got the clicks in between in the team as well, it really bodes well, and you get much better results because they're working for each other, right? And I mean, myself, I played Cam. Without my central defensive midfielder behind me, I weren't going to do anything because I weren't one to run around and win the ball back. I just wanted to get on the ball like Ginola and pelt down and
don't you compare yourself to my Ginola. Don't compare yourself to my David.
But yeah, he's not as good as me because he was eating too many Big Macs. Right,
do you remember that? Do you remember when John Gregory said he was too fat and he scored and took off his top and he was ripped?
Yeah, I know. John Gregory's a bit jealous, isn't he? Like most men, Ginola. But getting back seriously, I just feel that you need those clicks in the team because you actually click as a team then. You actually click and it bodes well for everything to do with the way you're set up, the way you play. You're confident that the other man's going to cover your back, you know, because sometimes you can switch off. The other man is switched on. It covers you, you know. Like I heard you mention about Romero. He switched off, right? And then I think it was it Danso or Papasar covered his back or Van der Ven? One of the three.
Yeah, it was one of them. Yeah, someone. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what you have to have in a team, working for each other. And I'm just looking forward to everything this season now because we're going to see some nice football. And if we add some firepower as well, you know, we could be serious contenders for that top four. I believe we can.
I still think, guys and girls, by the way, if anyone does want the free memberships, we are 50 exactly away, 50 likes away. I still feel if we're going to talk top four, guys and girls, I don't necessarily disagree with Ellie. I just think we need 2 to 3 more at that level.
At least,
At Kudus Palhinha level, I think we need 2 to 3 more. If one was an Eze and one was a Mawani, then maybe we start going, hang on. But until I see it, Dan, I'm not gonna think we're anywhere near that.
I agree, and it's not just top four. I think it's more about obviously depending how we do in Europe, and the majority of the time our clubs seem to do okay and do good enough in Europe, not necessarily win it as much as they should do over the years compared to other teams. But you can pretty much say that the 5th place out there is quite stable that you can go for Champions League as well, and I don't see us quite good enough for that as well either. Squad wise, with definitely, well, who is up there with Chelsea on squad wise? Size of their squad is stupid, but I still think we're quite a distance behind any of them 5 that you'd put at the top. But again, a couple of more signings, and like I've put the link onto you in that. It's just come out that we're meant to be seriously interested in Wani. He's one who I wouldn't say no to, obviously. And we see a bit more stability in our game. And I agree with what Ellie said with players linking up with each other. What I think we saw there was players that already know each other. But Angie's system was just, it was just that chaotic that I don't think anybody knew themselves, let alone knew anyone else. And it also looked like the players wanted to play that way. They knew what they was doing on the pitch.
Yeah.
Whereas again, I don't want to have to keep referring it back to Ange, but you do have to get the idea of what is going on now. And yeah, the players, like the stability, they look like they knew what they were doing. They look like they knew what they wanted to do. They looked like they knew where their man was going to be. Yet the football we've played for 2 years, like I said, it didn't even look like people knew themselves. And yeah, with another 1 or 2 solid signings in there, I think we definitely go up there as we've got to fight. We've got to fight up in the top, say for 5th place, 6th place, whatever. And I think a few people are also missing a point on what we complained about a hell of a lot. You do need a squad. And one reason we was in major trouble last year is because there was just such a lack of rotation on that team until we had to rotate because there was injuries. I don't think half those injuries would have happened if we would have had a lot more rotation in the team a lot more earlier on. I mean, Porro, how he even survived the season, I will never know. Other players got busted because they just got it hammered into them what they had to do. Kulusevski, did he burn himself out by halfway through the season, or did he get burnt out halfway through the season? And that this is where you need rotation. And another couple of players in there, good players for that first team, also gives us more rotation on the team as well. And you need to use that through a season, especially when we've got Champions League and 2 other cups and the league coming. You can't just play that 11 all the time. You need to have a solid rotation on there where it's not a massive drop from the first team to there as such. You need it to be more, how do I put it? You just need it not to be a massive drop as such.
In better news, yesterday we were all a bit concerned during and after the game that we couldn't find Angus.
Where is he?
There was a search party. We all typed in #find Angus, and he's here today. And I love this because at the beginning of the week, it was, we're going to batter you 4-0. We're going to be superior. And now I'm seeing him in the chat saying things like, it was only a friendly. You said you were going to batter us 4-0, Angus. Are you, Angus, on a serious note, you must be worried about what you're seeing. Like 5.5 years down the line. And listen, the fellow panelists might not agree with me because of hatred for Arsenal. But 2 years ago, the football Arsenal were playing, I was like, God, they're good. Like, they look really good. They were playing some real free-flowing football, scoring goals, battering teams. Just feels like they've hit a brick wall this last year and a half. I don't think they're anywhere near what they were. Is that harsh, guys? Or, I mean, no, I'm trying to be level-headed. But
Can I link my answer in with a comment from Anthony Clark? I mean, big on Anthony. Time? I can't think, but Anthony said, I made a comment that Eze is a Tottenham player, and Anthony questioned that. Spurs play more expansive football and have done through the years than Arsenal. And that's why I feel that Eze is far better suited to our club than yours. He just fits in. He fits in, whereas Arsenal are more of a functional side. I'm not talking about trophies or who's better or who's worse. I'm just saying that for me, Eze is more of a Spurs player in the way he plays than Arsenal, and that ties in with what you said because Declan Rice.
So will your chairman sign Eze then?
Don't know. Who knows?
Your chairman, right?
Well, I think it comes down to that's a shocking picture. I don't know who that is. It could be Perch's brother. I mean, our older brother. I don't know. Is that meant to be? Hang on, I've got to say, the funny thing is, it's Sean who says my chairman, not me. So
but after he's signing all these players that you wanted, he's going to have to be your chairman as well, mate.
Well, I think Uncle Joe's going to have to sign off if Vinay wants him. So let's hope Uncle Joe does.
Have you guys ever known a name linked as much as this one? Don't get me wrong. I know we had the whole. God, what was his name? Demal. We had the old Demal debacle, didn't we, for about 9 summers, where we were told we were going to sign Demal. But Eze seems to be every bloody window, every day.
you're just sick of the sight of it, basically. Look, it either happens or it don't. I must admit, I'd love it to happen, but I really don't care anymore because I've sort of just get on with it. On the Arsenal side of it, I think they've definitely, over the years, up until last season, I think they've definitely been one of the more had the capability to get you a bit excited up front, apart from a striker as such. They was willing to take those runs down the flanks. They was willing to take their man on. Their passing was solid. Their defence was possibly the best in the Premier League at the time. One of the better in Europe, you can even say. But personally, I think this is Arsenal's last chance. Not just Arteta's last chance. I mean, how he's still there, I don't know. But I think this is Arsenal's very last chance with a few of their players. Even if they if they do not win something this year, I think there's a couple of players there that are going to say, "No, baked potato, mate. See you later. I want to go and do something." I think Saliba will be one of those players. Saka, I don't think he'll ever go anywhere unless a Real Madrid goes in for him as such. But I think there's definitely a couple of players on there that are going to sit there and just think, well, we've been second, yeah, all great, but with the team we have, I want to see something happen as such. And how much longer are the better players they got, which they got some very good players, no two ways about it, that are just going to sit there and say, do you know what? I'm going to go elsewhere. And I think this is Arsenal's last chance.
I've got to tell you, Dan, I think the manager will go before players do if they don't win anything this year.
No, you see, I don't. I think if it comes to the end of the season and they do nothing again, I think the manager should be gone and I could see him going. But I don't see certain players sitting about and saying, right, let's see how the new manager does. I see certain players sitting there and saying, I ain't giving this manager another 2 years to rotate and sort the team out. I'm going elsewhere. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Isn't it both? Like, let's be fair. If Arsenal get to the end of this year and Arteta's not won anything, that will be 6 full seasons. Now, as much as we hate them and we'll laugh at them, for Arsenal, 6 years without a trophy is that's a big stretch. That will be, if I'm not wrong, four trophies. You know, that's what 6, 12, 24 attempts at winning a trophy and not winning one. That's a lot for a club. They're a big club. We want to knock them. We want to laugh. They're a big football club. So.
Yeah,
but you've got Saliba saying he's going to sign a new contract. We're not going to talk about these for too much longer, by the way, guys. But yeah, I think it's interesting. So Angus, I think you guys need to before you come into the chat, you give it the big one. I think you're miles away from winning the league still. I genuinely don't think you're anywhere near winning it, even after signing.
Down.
I think Liverpool. I think City and Liverpool, and I even think Chelsea could. I don't know. I'm not. Chelsea could.
Well, in that aspect, as soon as Saka was burnt out, you could. I mean, and the way they've burnt him out, for God's sake, I'm surprised he can still even move. Basically, I mean, good player, no two ways about it. I don't class him as world class, but I think he's a very good player. But they burnt him out completely. They haven't got the same rotation capability as Chelsea, Liverpool, or City. I think Liverpool are the title contenders this year with some of the players they've bought. But, you know, Man City, even when they have a crap season, are still involved as such. I personally think if that Gyökeres don't hit the floor running, basically, I think they're top 3, top 4. Because I think City and Liverpool got a significantly better squad, basically.
Yeah, I agree.
I think that's where they slipped down. And then depending very much on how Chelsea link up with themselves and everything, because they have got a lot of new players in there. I do think, this could turn out to be a bit of a struggle for them. I think they still make top 4 easy, but I don't see them better than Liverpool. Or I don't see them better than Liverpool.
We're still okay.
Oh, well.
I don't see them better than Liverpool or City, basically. So I think they're going to be going from second. I personally think they're going to end up in 3rd place or even 4th, depending on the fight with Chelsea and that. Yeah, they definitely don't look at. I mean, look who Liverpool's gone and got, for God's sake. You look at that team now. Liverpool, for me, honestly, I look at that squad as such. I think that's a treble contenders there. I think they're in for that Champions League all day long, and we all know they can pull off a cup out like piece of. And I think they're favourites for the league. I honestly reckon that squad, not just the first 11 they've got Liverpool now, I think they could pull a treble off with that one.
I almost feel like, I don't know what you think, Ellie, when you look at Liverpool, I think, Dan, I think we talked about this the other day. It's all well and good, us all going, oh, look, Slot's had this player, this player, this player, this player. And it's great. It must be great as a fan, right, watching these big players come in. But Elliot, it kind of puts a different pressure on Slot this year, because last year, no one was really expecting Liverpool to win a league, right? It was between Arsenal and City again in most people's minds before the season started. But now if he spends 450, 500 million in a summer, winning the league alone, is that enough?
Yeah, I get your point. I think Liverpool fans, they love the league, don't they? So if he gets that one sealed, and then anything else is a bonus. Champions League, obviously, they're in with a massive shout because they've strengthened so well, right? I'm with Dan, actually. They could do the treble, but even if they did the double, that'd be fantastic for them. You know, so I think Slot has to go one better at least, because he's got the squad to win the league. Hands, I think Man City are the only challengers, and possibly Chelsea, because they've got a very strong squad. Yeah, and they look fantastic against PSG. They were brilliant, right? And you can see they're gelling from the days that Poch took them. They've gone up a step, and then they've gone up another step last season as well. So I just feel it's going to be a 3-horse race. But Arsenal, I think you're missing out unless you strengthen again. If they get Eze, they've got more of a chance. But I think Liverpool are the front runners, and I agree with you. They have to do better. Maybe one extra cup would do them.
Agree. Angus, you're laughing. Angus, you're laughing at Chelsea. Look how they're strengthening, mate.
And don't sit there and tell me, mate, that you got a similar squad to City. Now you're just chatting out your backside, mate.
Angus, come on. Angus, come on and tell us.
Liverpool, I think, are serious contenders this year in, let's say, top 3 picking for the Champions League this year. I think they're in front of Man City for that one. I think Liverpool have got a better first 11 than City. And don't tell me Arsenal have got a squad as good as bloody City. No, they haven't. Your first 11 is very good. If Gyökeres hits the floor running, I think that's what you've missed out on in a couple of years. I think that cost you the league at least twice with not having that out-and-out striker. Like when you bottled it with one of the biggest bottle jobs ever against City. And yeah, I think Liverpool, I mean, who else looks more solid in the Champions League than them? PSG is a possibility, yes. And also maybe Barcelona. But apart from that, I think Liverpool are in top contenders for Champions League and league.
Just quickly, Angus. See, this is the problem. When people like you run your mouths all week telling us how we're going to get battered, then suddenly when you lose, it's just a friendly. Think about it, mate. You do this all the time. We're going to sign Mbappe. It doesn't happen. We're going to sign this player. It doesn't happen. We're going to win the league. It doesn't happen. We're winning the Champions League. It doesn't happen. Humility, Angus. Humility is a wonderful quality in football.
I love this Savva. Come on.
Well, it's true though, isn't it? Like all week. I know it's only a friendly. I'm not saying about, oh my God, we beat Arsenal in a friendly. That's fine. We're talking about, you gave it the big one, Angus. You were talking 4-0. 4-0. And you didn't even manage to score a goal. And your manager's been there 5.5 years, right? He's had £1 billion to spend, 5.5 years. Our manager's had one new first team player sign. He's been there 3 weeks on the training pitch. And suddenly we looked better than you. Like, you've got to, come on, just a bit of humility. That's all it is.
admitting that Liverpool and City have got a better 11 and squad is nothing to be ashamed of, in my opinion. Yeah. In that aspect, I mean, I just try and look on it realistically on both sides in that aspect, and they have been extremely good over the past few years, but nothing to show for it. That's why I feel if they don't succeed this year, apart from Arteta leaving, there's a couple of players there that I just think I ain't ready for another manager for 2 years to rebuild this, whatever else. I want to go and do something now because I've tried for the past 5 years and haven't got what I wanted. I could definitely see that. But admitting that Liverpool and City have got a better squad or better team, I don't think that's nothing to be humble about, personally. I still think they've got a very good first 11 in that.
Do you know the funny thing, Dan? And by the way, we have just hit 501 likes, so I will give out 5 memberships like I promised. I'm a man of my word, so I will do that in just 1 second. I think the funny thing when we look at this is everyone was like, oh, my God, we got Declan Rice over Man City. I bet Declan Rice must be a little bit of him sitting in going, oh, should I have gone to Pep? Should I have gone to Man City instead of going to Arsenal?
Yeah, definitely.
It must be, right? Look, let me give some memberships. Here we go. There you go. I've just sent 5 memberships into the chat.
And Angus has said, jump on, send him the link.
Angus, have you got my number? Have I got Angus's number? Because there's definitely no way I'm putting a link in the chat again after the other week.
Is this
Angus,
a here we go moment?
Is this a what?
Is this a here we go moment? Angus is coming on to face the music.
Angus, who do you know in the chat? Who do you know in the chat that might have my number? I don't really want to give out the link after what happened last week. Anybody got Angus's number that knows my number?
I can send him an email. I can send him my emails. I can put my email up on there.
You sure you want to put your email up on the internet?
No, it's only my third one. My choice for that. Anyone puts anything on there, I really couldn't care less. It's the link one on my page anyway.
I'm just trying to see if anyone's already got. Send me the link. Right, by the way, the 5 gifted memberships, just quickly before we do that, the 5 gifted memberships went to Sammy Mehmet, DJN, Cabby1, Future Music Sound, FPL Mind, Future Music Sound, sorry, you didn't, FPL Mind, and Adam Hines. You've all been given a free membership, so use it wisely. Brian Daigle, I'm going to send you the link. Here you go. I'm going to send, who's this? Is this Angus? How's he got my number? There you go, Angus. He's got my number. There you go, Angus. There's the link. Jump on. Oh, loads of people have sent me his number. Jesus, I didn't know so many people had Angus's number. I've got like 1, 2, 3, 5 people have just messaged me going, here's his number. We're also being linked with Ronald Araujo. Oh, let's see what's going on. Yeah, Corey gave it to age. Okay, well, we'll wait for Angus. This should be fun. Let's let Angus tell us what happened to the 4-0. Big up to all of you people who got a membership. And all I ask in return is that you smash the like button. Here he is. Angus.
Hello, how are you?
We're good. You've done one of your 24-hour... Oh, hang on.
No, I was
Hang on. I've got really bad feedback. Is that Ellie? Angus, talk quickly.
Was that me?
Yeah, that's fine. No, it's not you. Angus, you're the only person I know that every time your club loses, you go on like a 24-hour missing list.
No, I wasn't. I was in the chat yesterday, but you probably didn't see me because there's so many people in it. I was in the chat yesterday.
Right. So the fact that I was looking for you and typing in #find Angus, I couldn't see you. Right? Okay. 4-0. I saw you predict 4-0.
Well, I actually thought we would start all our new players, but because we've got a bozo manager, oh my God, it's going to be one of them seasons again. I just know it.
Hang on. So without Zubamendi and Gyökeres, it was you couldn't beat us. Is that what we're saying now? Suddenly you needed your new signings to beat our team from last year.
No, we need creativity. We have no creativity. Odegaard shit. He needs to go. Ben White needs to go as well. There's more to go as well.
I
hang
wouldn't
on.
say.
Odegaard and Ben White are shit now. Is that what we're... Odegaard and Ben White are shit. They need to go.
Not shit, but they need moving on because they're not good enough for us anymore. We've got Timber. So we need more.
I mean, honestly, I think Ben White's quite a stable right back, if you ask me. He's not good at going forward. He's not a wing back or whatever. But as an out-and-out old school right back, like a Gary Neville sort of thing, I think he's actually a good player, if I'm going to be honest. I mean, he might not like football, but who really cares at the end of the day, as long as he does his job? I think he's a more than stable right back. I actually think he's quite good, if I'm going to be honest. Odegaard, I think there's a lot of other teams out there, apart from maybe City and Liverpool, that he could get into. He's got creativity in that. All right, I think Maddison's more creative and got a better eye on the ball as such, but they're definitely not shit players, not at all. And that's coming from a Spurs man personally. I wouldn't complain about Ben White being like having a fight with Porro for right back, because if I wanted my right back to go forward, Porro beats him all day long. But if I want the more defending side, I think Ben White is quite a stable right back. Personal opinion.
Yeah, he's not bad, but Odegaard, I get Angus's point. I think he's too inconsistent. He can be brilliant. He's like Kulu. He can be brilliant for one game and then shit for three. Yeah, and it's not good enough. And I see all the Arsenal fans, especially Lee Gunner, he calls him out as well. But I see lots of Arsenal fans calling Odegaard. They don't rate him because he's not consistent enough. He's a very talented footballer, don't get me wrong, but he's not consistent.
I've just come in, sorry, and just heard the back end of what Angus was saying. Is this not a bit of a premature overreaction? You had one match.
5 years I've had to deal with it, Lubo. No more. 5 years.
Do you reckon that if you don't do something this year, apart from Arteta quite possibly being gone at the end of the season, do you reckon there's going to be players there who just don't want to wait anymore that will want to go as well, like Saliba being one of the main ones?
It depends. I don't know what's going to happen. There's conversations happening behind the scenes with players about contract extensions. I don't know what's going to happen.
What's a contract extension when you've got a buyout clause?
There's no buyout clause, I don't think, in any of the contracts that I know of.
If they're doing a new contract, then there's a high chance there is. I don't know many big players like Saliba, a very, very top defender, in my opinion. I mean, surely they wouldn't be thick enough in that aspect to do a Harry Kane thing and not have a buyout clause.
I don't know.
When they know someone like Real Madrid. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm pretty sure they would, because most top players do that now. And Real Madrid have looked at Saliba a few times.
Yeah.
So,
well, if they want Saliba, pay the money. Pay the money. That's it.
What do you think of your transfer window this summer?
I'm happy with it, but we need more. Our left-hand side, there's nothing. There's no creativity. There's nothing. On the left-hand side, there's nothing.
So you guys have spent another 200 million. So your manager has spent $1 billion now, right?
Yeah.
Just below $1 billion. Just below.
Okay. So you've spent just below $1 billion, and we're saying that your left-hand side's got no creativity. Odegaard's not a good enough playmaker, right? You said who's the other one that you said was shit and needed to go? You said Ben White. You're saying your right back isn't good enough. Like what? As a
backup, he's all right. As a backup, I'll keep him.
Is it Timber that was missing?
Yeah, Timber, Gabriel. Timber and Gabriel are main two, still injured.
Can I ask? What I don't understand is, as I said earlier, Angus, and this is as nice as I'll ever be about Arsenal. Not last season, the season before, you worried me. Arsenal worried me. They played great football, and it was like, I'm jealous. Then last year, you stopped playing football at all, and it just became like, don't get me wrong, Arteta's brilliant at organising a back four. I'll give him that. Your back four's superb, right? It has been for years. But you haven't evolved as a team at all, have you? Like, you haven't evolved
No, we haven't.
Of the way Liverpool evolved or City evolved. You've really not evolved.
I don't think
And that's the worrying part as well. It's the same crap. Sideways, backwards. Nothing's changed. It's the same stuff.
Arsenal
doesn't
have not
evolve.
bothered me winning. Arsenal have not bothered me winning that league. I mean, I stated on here and other things clear as day, like when you was clear ahead of City, don't worry, they ain't going to win it. They'll bottle it. Why? Tell me where the winners are in your team that have won stuff. Even Spurs can turn around and say, we've got players that have won stuff international-wise. And now, even though it was scraping as anything, and now on the pitch as well. What winners have you actually got in your team? I mean, Saliba, he still struggles to get in the French team, for God's sake, and he's one of the better defenders in Europe.
Hold on, Saliba's one of the centre-backs now in the French team.
Yes, but he's still got a fight
better
on his
than
hand, and he's not a first
yeah.
pick. But he's not a first pick.
He is now. He is now.
You think?
Yeah. Tell me who's in the French team who's better than him. Tell me in the French team, centre-back wise, who's better than him.
If he's in there, over the years, I've seen it over the past few years, up until very late, he hasn't always been the first pick on there. I mean, fine, French have got a bloody good team. They always bloody do, yeah? But where are the winners in your team? Where are the people that when it comes down to the crunch, and we can't really preach at this at Spurs, yeah? But everyone knows I don't rate Romero as a world-class player, but on his day, he's as good as anybody. And one thing you can state about him, when it comes to a final, every time, he puts his foot down at the end of the day. Where are the winners there? Okay, Havertz has won something here and there, but he's hardly one to pick your team up and say, come on, boys, pull your finger out, get your act together, whatever. Where are the actual winners at Arsenal? The mentality. I just don't think you've got that winning mentality that touches City or Liverpool within a million miles. Not once have you bothered, and that's not comparing you to us. You're better, end of. But
yeah, well, mine's better than you.
Whether you say Miles better or whatever, that's not the point I'm getting at, yeah? The point I'm getting at is you haven't bothered me once about winning that league when it comes down to City and Liverpool, because I knew compared to them two, you haven't got a winner in your team. You bottle it on the mentality side when it comes to them two.
Can I just quickly, just before Angus replies, talking about teams that do win titles, there you go. Newcastle have now just rejected the first official bid from Liverpool for Alexander Isak. I'm waiting for the tweet that says how much it was. What do we reckon they went in at? 110? Do you reckon they tried 120? 110?
I reckon 120.
First bid. So keep an eye on this. Romano and Ornstein have both said this as well, that Liverpool are going to go back in again. But this is one to watch. Alexander Isak. I hope you don't mind this. Arsenal lost. Fine, Angus. We're going to have that a lot this year. Angus, you do go missing when Arsenal lose. Lots of people in my chat are asking the question, though, Angus. You assured us all that you're going to win 4-0. You kept saying we're rubbish. You're going to batter us. And our manager, who's had 2.5, 3 weeks max with these players, has come out and made you look very, very ordinary. Like I don't remember Vicario having anything to do, guys. Like properly having. I don't remember an outstretched save, tipping one round the bar. You know, I don't remember. What's going on?
Did he not tip one over from Zubimendi, or was that deflection?
That was a deflection.
I can't remember it. I stand corrected if he did, but I don't remember watching the game and saying, God, Vicario's kept us in this. Do you know what I mean?
He made one basic save for a shot that was straight at him along the ground in the last 5-10 minutes, I think. And that was it. Listen, Angus, it's early days. I don't know why you're panicking. It's not. We all said it's purely to get minutes into legs. You know, try and integrate players as well. It's no major deal. Listen,
I've had it for five years, Lugal. I'm done waiting. Win now or piss off.
What does that mean, though? When you say you're done waiting, what, like you're going to stop supporting the club, or
no? This is his last chance. No, hell no, hell no.
I'll happily baptize you into the Spurs family.
Not a chance in hell.
Angus,
Not a chance in hell. Not a chance in hell. Not a chance in hell. I would rather put pains in my eyes than have that.
Would you? Fair enough.
Yeah.
Whatever turns you on.
There you go. Listen, you'd probably be better off. You know, if you're blind, you're not able to watch Arsenal with the.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Right. I was just going to say, I saw Vicario picking his nose. He was so bored.
I thought we actually went and got. I thought we went and got a hamburger from the.
Yeah, he went to Mackie D's and back.
That is the worry, though, Angus, isn't it? Like when you watch Arsenal, like the first 5 minutes. To be fair, I thought Dan was spot on. Danny was spot on what he said. You guys kept getting the ball to Saka in the first 5-10 minutes, as though we had our old tactics, where get the ball to the winger, Spurs can't cope. But Jed Spence absolutely locked up Saka, didn't he? Jed Spence did not give Saka a moment in that game. He locked him up. He made Saka look very ordinary for me. I don't know what anyone else thinks.
He did, yeah. He did, yeah. I agree.
Oh, I love this. I love this. You give it large in the chat. And then when you come on,
I'm trying to be humble. Trying to be humble.
Well, you're not humble in the chat.
Yeah, but I'm trying to be nice in the chat. It's a different platform.
Saka needs to move. I think Saka needs to go to Liverpool. That's where they're.
Oh, no, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
He needs to go there.
You're just a wind-up, Ellie. You're just a wind-up.
Ellie?
He's not going to win anything at Arsenal.
Oh, be quiet.
Ellie,
By the way, where's Perchy?
You can't tell the Queen to be quiet.
Ellie, isn't Saka the natural replacement for Salah?
Yes. And you took
Don't even think about it.
And he would be a perfect fit once Salah hangs up his boots. Maybe next season, Saka's gone to Liverpool.
No. I'm sorry.
I
No.
can see that, or go to Chelsea, because Arsenal, they've let him down. Like we let him down for so long. He came down.
No.
Ellie, that would be brilliant. Chelsea send all their shit players to Arsenal, but Chelsea takes Saka. That would be. I want that
Not
to
a
happen.
chance in hell. Not a chance in hell would that happen.
Ellie, I'm not having that one, yeah? Saka compared to Salah, never in a million years. Salah is an out...
Savva, can I ask you one thing?
He wouldn't even be a replacement for Salah. This is where I suppose we got different opinions, yeah? I feel the world class is way too easy, yeah? Saka is not a world-class player and has done nothing to prove he is a world-class player. When has he showed up? When it really comes down to that crunch as such, yeah? Salah is a world-class player and still a better player than Saka. He's got more capability than Saka and that. I just don't think Saka comes close to Salah.
Who are you replacing him with? No, but that's not an answer. So who out there in the world of right forwards could possibly lace Salah's boots?
I don't think there's many out there that could do it, but I don't think Saka's got the capability that Salah has.
No. But you just answered your own question. If you're saying no one has, surely listen. I don't think Saka is as good as the Arsenal fans say. I think these Arsenal fans have put Saka onto this pedestal like he is Salah, like he is Ronaldo.
He's very good.
He's very good.
Yeah.
He's a very good footballer. But for me, I need to see him have a Mo Salah type season. I need to see him have a Harry Kane type season. I need to see him have a Eden Hazard type season when he was at Chelsea and won them the league. I need to see that from Saka. Angus, is that fair or am I being harsh?
No, that's fair. But do you think under a different manager we could see the best Saka under a different coach?
Well, that's only a question that you guys who watch him every week know.
But who do you think could replace him, like manager-wise? Because I've always said I want Luis Enrique to replace Arteta.
Well, you're not having Thomas Frank.
I don't want Thomas Frank.
I'll tell you what, Angus, this is what you guys need. Are you ready? Choo-choo. All aboard the Frank engine.
God. You lot are shameless. You
Tell
lot
me,
are shameless.
We
hey,
can
listen,
milk it when we
shameless.
can milk it.
Angus, you lot rock up to YouTube shows talking about being one of the big clubs whilst not winning anything. Like, you're not winning anything. Listen, do you know what? Even Man United, who are like that, right? Win
Yeah, I know.
trophies. Chelsea are shit. Their new owners still winning trophies.
Yeah.
You guys don't win trophies, but
Sad.
you talk like you're City or Liverpool. That's the concerning
I've
thing.
got to tell you, I think I've got a theory here. I mean, you know, when the podcast first came out with Robbie of AFTV, and he had troops and all of that lot, it was hysterical watching the meltdowns afterwards. But that was it. I haven't watched any of those for years. I wouldn't think about going on Arsenal podcasters shows. But Angus, you're on the Savvas regularly, so I just think maybe you could be a closet Tottenham fan, and this is your way of, you know, of easing yourself in from, you know, coming across. It's only 4 miles across Northumberland. It's not far.
Are you the Sol Campbell in reverse? Are you Sol?
You could be. You could be. We could call you Sol from now on. You got to be careful, Angus. Your own fan base could call you Judas.
Oh.
Very careful.
Angus Campbell soup.
Yeah,
Angus Campbell.
Angus Campbell.
Angus, I know why you're here. It's because somebody said earlier I was fluffy and cute, and I've got the best football content
yeah.
in the country. So it's
That's the reason why. Yeah, that's the reason why.
So. Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Come on, Percy, get that Angus Campbell one out.
Yeah.
I have asked Perchy to make me something else, which is coming very soon for Angus.
Oh
don't you
God! Oh God! Oh God!
Here we go. So Fabrizio Romano's just said on his YouTube channel, by the way, that Yao Palhinha had a phone call with Thomas Frank to discuss coming. But I was told that Thomas Frank had no pull. He's got no pull. Just saying.
I also heard that Frank had 2 brilliant phone calls with Kudus. So
yes,
there you go.
He hasn't got no Paul, but he's got a Paulinha.
Yeah. Go on,
do you know how many emails I get a day? How many emails I get a day going, "Hi, I'm an SEO specialist. I've seen your website." It's like, my website? I don't have a fucking website. Anyway, so Angus, talk to us right now, and I'm going to ask the rest of the panel this. Right now, as it stands, guys, get your answers ready. Angus first. Where are Spurs going to finish this season in the Premier League? And where are Arsenal going to finish this season? I'll start with Angus. I'll go to Ellie and work round.
Top half.
No, that's not an answer. That's not an answer. Come on, we can do better than that.
8th and 9th. Between 8th and 10th. 8th and 10th.
Okay, so 8th, 9th, or 10th for Tottenham.
Yeah.
Okay, and where are Arsenal finishing?
2nd or 3rd.
2nd or 3rd. Which, can I just ask, if you finish 2nd, which one of City and Liverpool are you finishing above?
City.
Okay, so you're going to finish above City. Okay, all right. So there you go. 8th, 9th, or 10th, and 2nd and 3rd. Ellie, where are Spurs finishing as it stands? I mean, we can only judge by the squad we've got. And where are Arsenal finishing?
Yeah. I reckon we can finish 6th, even though I said top 4 is a possibility. I think realistically 6th or 7th, but I think we can squeeze into 6th, because I reckon we're going to get knocked out of the Champions League early, and then we've got just 1 game a week then. Right, so I think 6th is a possibility, and I think Arsenal will finish 3rd. Yeah, 100% 3rd, because I can see Liverpool 1st, Man City 2nd, Arsenal 3rd, Chelsea 4th.
Okay. Danny?
I think we can get 7th, 6th or 7th, especially with having a stable midfield, but we need it more up front as well now. I can see a 6th or 7th. if things go right for us, I could see us challenging for a 5th place, but that's clutching at straws to a bit. Not quite with the squad at the moment, but I see a 6th or 7th at the minute. And Arsenal, I think, are going to be fighting for 3rd or 4th with Chelsea because they are nowhere near what Liverpool and City are. And with the mentality side of it, they bottle it every time, and it's been proven with that. So I think they're actually in a fight for a 3rd or 4th. Quick one on earlier, just had to check up some stats quick. Someone who I think, if he can stay not injured and actually have a season like last season, who I'd say is a better fit at Liverpool, Dembele. I think even what's his name? Bayern Munich. Who's the one they got off Palace?
Elise.
He's got a couple more seasons to prove it, but he had an excellent season at Bayern Munich and won stuff. I think they're definitely 2 high contenders, but Elise, I think he's got another season or 2 to prove it. But I think if Dembele stayed uninjured, because he has been injured over the years, the season he had last season, are you telling me that he was one of the best players in Champions League in that? I personally think he is better than Saka, but he needs to do that consistently for another season or so. I think that them 2 would probably be a better fit at Liverpool, but they've still got a season or 2 to prove it, whereas Saka has been consistent the past 3 years.
Dembele was brilliant for Barcelona as well. He was fantastic at Barcelona.
Patchy, very patchy.
He's always been. I still think he's patchy at PSG. He has months where you go, God, this guy's amazing, and then months where you're like, he's not done a lot, but he's a class player. Like technically,
he's a game changer.
Yeah,
he is a game changer.
What about Doué in a couple of years as being the Mo Salah replacement?
I can see him going Real Madrid.
Oh, sure. I'm just Look, I'm just spitballing ideas like Dan has. I'm just trying to think of, what about Mohamed Kudus? Lubo, where are Spurs finishing and where are Arsenal finishing?
I'd say we're 7th, Arsenal are 3rd. I just want to say, Angus, before you can get a season ticket, you got to become a member. When you get a ticket, I'll meet you inside. I'll take you around to block 125, where the guy has the guitar and he's singing songs with the fans from about 1:30, hour and a half before the match kicks off. More than happy, buy you a drink. I want to see you in a Spurs shirt. In fact, I'm sure Kurt is working on that now.
Oh my God!
Lubo, you can introduce him to Jeff.
That's right. Well, North London is ours. You're welcome, mate. Come across and join us.
Well, in better news, I've got some footage of when Angus was baptised into the Spurs family. Here it is, with his Spurs water and his Spurs shirt on. There he is, just getting baptised into the world of Tottenham Hotspur. You're welcome, Angus. We will welcome you with.
There's no picture there, Savva. There's no picture there. I can't see it. Oh, for God's sake!
How could you? It's there. It's there.
Magic. Well done, Percy.
Where's there?
He has too much time in his hands, honestly. He has too much time in his hands.
Well, listen. Let me do some super chats. I've got 12 that have crept in. Guys in the chat right now, give me 2 numbers. The first number is where will Spurs finish. The second number is where will Arsenal finish. So if you say second, I'm assuming you mean Spurs, if that makes sense. I'm going to go with.
They don't say 17th.
Exactly. Yeah, well, listen. Yeah, don't worry. We've got rid of that guy that made that happen. I'm going to say Tottenham at the moment. At the moment, this could change. 7th, I think 7th. And I think Arsenal 3rd or 4th. I think it all depends what Chelsea do. If Chelsea click, I think it's Chelsea for me. I don't know. I just think they've got options all over the park, haven't they? And I don't think Arsenal have. Once Saka doesn't do anything, they don't really tend to do a lot.
Do you know what Chelsea's biggest problem is though? The goalkeeper and defence.
Mate, they've not. But hang on, Angus. People keep telling me about their defence. Wasn't their defence the 3rd best in the Premier League last year? Like,
but do you think the goalkeeper wise, or do you think Sanchez can do it for a whole season without making mistakes?
Listen, I've got no doubt that in the next 31 days, Chelsea will buy a goal. Chelsea are a machine. Chelsea right now, Hato is doing his medical today, right? Simmons is going to do his medical in the next few days, right? Garnacho is going to go there and give them more left-sided options, right? I think Donnarumma, somebody like that. Chelsea are a machine. They don't stop, Angus. They're not like our club. Our clubs go, well, there's 30 days without signing. Chelsea don't go 30 minutes without bidding for a footballer.
Chelsea are winners, and that is what they are. I think they're underdogs for the season this year. If it falls into sync, they've made a lot of transfers, and I agree. I think their main bit they need is a goalkeeper.
Yeah.
I think he's an all right goalkeeper. I don't think he's nothing special, but when you got a defense like that in front of you, and they have seemed pretty solid in defense as such, but I think they're underdogs for the league this year. If their new players hit the floor running, squad-wise, they got a better squad than Arsenal. Overall, I mean, look at the size of the bloody squad. You could say they've probably got a better squad than everybody for the size of it.
They'll Angus, Chelsea will miss Madueke, won't they?
Yeah. The new star boy for us.
Coming out with all these funnies he's coming out with.
You've done a petition over not to sign him, for God's sake.
Yeah, I know. I didn't want him in the first place, especially for that price.
You got caught with your pants down there big time.
Literally.
I don't think he's as bad as you lot are making out. I genuinely think when you look at your team, the likes of Martinelli and that, I don't think Madueke is terrible. I really don't. And I think the fact that they did a petition over a man's career, I think is disgusting, by the way.
Outrageous.
Absolutely disgusting.
Angus, you shouldn't be
I did not sign it. I did not sign it. I did not sign the petition.
You shouldn't be part of it. You should come and support a proper club.
Oh, shut up. No, he's not. No, he's not. No, he's not.
Whenever I watch him, he's so disappointing.
I agree. Do you know what he looks like, Ellie? Ellie, I think when you watch Martinelli, he's another one. I keep saying this about certain players at Spurs. He's another one where I think he looks like he's going to be a brilliant footballer from the way he runs, the way he moves.
Yeah.
But then there's no real, okay, what's at the end of it? Do you know what I mean? Listen,
He's
I like
he's
him.
like Lamella and Mora. Yeah.
Right.
He's like that sort of player. He does all the business, and then when he gets in front of goal, he can't finish his dinner.
Well, let's have a look at Martinelli. Shall we? Let's have a look. Martinelli. This is Premier League, by the way. So Gabriel Martinelli, because he's not a kid now. He's 24 years of age.
Yeah.
Right? He's been at Arsenal since Spurs moved into our new stadium. So he's been there a long time. I mean, he had that good year, didn't he, 2 years ago, where he got 20 goal contributions.
Mm-hmm.
Every other year, it's meh. Like it's not amazing. Cam Madueke last year Martinelli got 8 goals and 4 assists. Do you think if Madueke played every game for Arsenal that he'd get at least 8 goals and 4 assists?
I mean,
possibly, yeah, or even more. I think.
He should change his name to Marinelli.
One I would quite happily take off Arsenal, and I know a few people have questioned this, but he's a player that I think he's actually a good player. I'll quite happily snap Trossard off him. I think he's significantly better than anything we got on the left.
Yeah.
Well, he's got 1 year left in his contract, so if you want him, you can take him. He's got 1 year left in his contract.
Whether he's got 1 year or not, I was just making a point that I actually think Trossard is quite a solid player, and I think he's significantly better than anything we got on the left. I mean, Son's done and dusted, and then you compare him to Odegaard and Tell. Trossard is one I was actually pretty pissed off when Arsenal signed him, when we put in that crap bid for him. He is one that I would quite happily... I think Trossard is a good player. I'd quite happily snatch him up at Spurs. And I think he performs better. I think he performs better, a bit more consistently than Martinelli.
He does,
business between the two clubs is never going to happen. It's
I know that, but I'm just saying he's one that I would have quite happily had. I think he's actually more consistent than Martinelli. Martinelli, when he shines, I think is better, but I think Trossard is more consistent as such. I think Trossard's a good player, personally.
Yeah. Hang on, just quickly, Bill. Bill, love you, dude. But I hear you. But I think what we've got to realise, I think Sean put it quite well yesterday. We shouldn't have been 17th last year, Bill. That's the point, right? Is Spurs' squad wasn't the 17th best in the Premier League. We should not. I think even Arsenal fans will admit that no one saw Tottenham finishing 17th.
No, I never saw that.
So for me, Tottenham last season should have been 7th, right? Plus now we've added Kudus and Palhinha. Yes, other people have strengthened. Hence why I'm still saying 7th. However, it all depends. If you bring in, you've got to remember as well, we've got a manager that's going to shore things up. We've got a manager. This manager will not concede 65 Premier League goals. Tottenham will not concede 65 Premier League goals this season. I guarantee it, right? We will not lose 22 league games. We will not lose 26 games across the season. So I think there's a lot of moving parts. I don't think anyone's predicted anything silly, Bill. Like I'm not predicting 3rd or 4th. Me saying 7th, I think, is fairly...
Yeah, it's reasonable.
That team last year should have finished 7th, basically. I mean, that 17th, like you said, no one would have predicted that. I mean, if they still had the old way in the bookies and that would have been a 5,000 to 1 sort of thing and that. It just... And Man U down there as well. Wow, I don't know which one's actually worse, Man U or Spurs being down there. But I think we've definitely... Again, it just comes back to playing the team the right way and sorting that defence out, especially the way Frank does it and the way he's done it again. Didn't he at Brentford have one of the best set of results basically against the top 4 teams last season, if I remember correctly, with Brentford, yeah? And that's with Brentford. And that's with Brentford. And it's like I keep saying, sort out that defence and we can see 20 odd less goals. Personally, in my opinion, because I think the majority of the goals, they were the same way every bloody time. And even when we played that friendly, again, the 2 friendlies we played just before, even though we conceded, that back line still looked more as a line. It looked more stable. But then I think a few people forgot in those friendlies that half were players and half were kids, basically. And I do mean kids. Yesterday, it looked like a stable back line. And I said that in one aspect, Frank has got the easier job of sorting that defence out. Just get it in bloody line. That's all you got to do, mate. Quite simple, really. And I see us conceding 20 less goals, which gives us another 20, 25 points in the league, basically. How many games did we end up losing or drawing because of that messed up defence that he had, basically? Plenty of games that we could have actually pulled off a win or a draw and got 20, 25 points more, basically, because of the way we was conceding goals. And everyone knew how to do it.
I think it's just, as you said, Dan, for me, it was just the ease in which teams scored goals against us. It was, how many times did we start watching a game and in the first 2 minutes, you saw a ball down the channel because the other team knew that there was no fullbacks and you're like, oh, shit, they're in. It's not going to happen this season. I think we're going to make teams work for their goal. Of course, we're going to concede goals. Everyone concedes goals. But obviously, like you said, if Spurs can go from 65, even if we can get that down, I'm just being conservative, even if we got it down from 65 to 50, 48, 46, right? If you get that down to there, straight away, you're not conceding as many goals, means you're not losing as many games, right? It's basic math, right? I don't think last year's league position is a true representation of the squad we had, no matter who was injured or not. I truly don't. Let me do some super chats. Oh, here he is. Here he is. Here he is. This is Alex. I don't think he's ever won a debate on my channel, but here he is, giving it the big one. Alex, you coming on? Alex, are you coming on, mate? Let's see if you can banter anyone today. You couldn't even beat Angus in a debate box office, I don't think.
Oh,
here he is.
Give him some credit.
No, I don't. Let's see. Alex, do you want to come on? I'm just goading him. I'm just goading him. Just goading him on. Let me do some super chats. Angus, I'll tell you what, Alex, I'm going to send you the link. If you want to come on, I'll send you this link so it's there for you while I'm doing the super chats. We'll see what he's got to say. He probably hated that we won yesterday. with Thomas Frank. Big up to Simon Bergen, who's been a member for 1 month. Said, glad we finally got a defensive midfielder. God, me and you both, mate. I think, as we said, a huge collective sigh of relief, probably from the back four as well, that they've now got a natural DM in front of them. Big up to you. Big up to James Livingston. So good day, lads. Big up to you all, and to Frank and to Ellie. Big up to you. Thanks, James. Really appreciate that. Thank you very much. Alan Shug Knight is back. Said 2 to 3 more quality players in the door, please. Absolutely. What I don't want to see with 31 days of the window to go is that we suddenly go, right, that's it. We've got in a DM now, no more. We've got to keep moving. And what we've got to see, I think the panel will agree with me, is in the next 31 days, we need to see 4 or 5 leave. We need to see some bodies move out this club so we can start refreshing this football team. Big up to you, Alan. Big up to Emma. Very generous yet again with a super sticker. Really appreciate you, Emma. Thank you for your time. Really appreciate that. Big up to Grant. 7,970. Big up to you and the previous 7,969 of you. Big up, Grant. Welcome to Football Heritage TV, and you're now eligible for the members only shows. Thank you very much. Arteta in, has said Rob Welsh. Arteta in, said Rob Welsh. Yeah, I agree. I think the Liverpool fans want Arteta to stay. The City fans want Arteta to stay. We want Arteta to stay. It is what it is. Big up to you, Rob. Big up to this very good-looking, handsome, talented, and generous man. Thank you very much to whoever this is. What a guy. What a man. What a legend. What a myth. Big up to Dean Law with a super sticker. Thank you very much, Dean. Really appreciate you. Thanking you. Big up to Waka. I believe is this Waka Paranormal? Is this your account? Levy out, Angus in. Yeah, let's get Angus in as our chairman. Look, we started the process of getting him in as chairman. We're washing away the Arsenal sins, and soon he will be the chairman of Tottenham Hotspur. Big up to you. Thank you very much. Sanctuary of 7, big up to you, my man. How you doing? You are now 1 month away from your 2-year anniversary of watching this ugly face every day. Big up to you. Said, hey, take Angus. Take Angus. Take Big Ange. He always wins in his second season. I would love Arsenal to get Ange. I'm putting out there right now.
I've had him 5 years. I had that, man. No.
I would love Big Ange to rock up at Arsenal. That wouldn't upset me in any way, shape, or form. I would love it.
They'll win a trophy in 2 years, though.
Listen, let me tell you this: they wouldn't, and I'll tell you why they wouldn't. Because if he did in the league what he did in the league with us, their fans would riot. Their fans would not go, oh, he's 17th, but he's in a final. They would not allow that to happen in any way, shape, or form. Big up to Brian Daigle. Well done for hitting 10K as well. Really appreciate it. My name is Brian Daigle, and I'm a Frankaholic. Thomas Frank. Thomas Frank. Let the great times roll. P.S. North London is ours. Big up to you. Tony Rodriguez, who's also a month away from his 2-year anniversary, he says, what starting midfield do you want? Palhinha and Bentancur for me, with Maddison in the 10.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
That sounds good.
I'm not having that Juventus mood in my midfield anymore, man. I want Sarr. I want Sarr in my midfield, and I have Sarr in my midfield, and I have Maddison in my midfield. So I had to interrupt because when I hear that, it just gets me like mad. Maddison and Palhinha in midfield. Sorry, just so it's make it clear.
With who? With Sarr?
Yeah, with Sarr. Yeah, I'll take Sarr in my midfield. At the moment, at this stage, and Palhinha, and then Maddison, if he's still here.
No, you see, I'd use Bentancur there. I'd use Bentancur there because he's more of like he did at City when he played DM. He wasn't just DM; he was deep line playmaker as well.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying he's the best playmaker out there, but he's still got an eye for short direct ball, basically. Sarr, I still don't rate him. Banging goal yesterday, no two ways about it. But again, I'm not one of these Spurs fans that changes my mind on a goal or 98 minutes. I'm not that easily satisfied as a lot of Spurs fans. I need to see more consistency out of that fella, and I really don't rate him in many ways of what I've seen over him for the past 2
But
years.
it's consistent though.
Could I possibly finish my super chats just before everyone goes in? And last but not least, big up to my man Mark, who's put in a super sticker as always. Really, really do appreciate you, mate. Thank you very much. Look, just quickly on that subject. Look, Dan, I would say this. I would say that there are games where Papa Sarr will be brilliant, i.e. games where the other team might have a lot more of the ball. We're having to do a lot more of the doggy work in midfield, a lot more of the getting the tackles in. In a game where we dominate possession, I'm not sure I need him in the midfield as well as if I've got Palhinha. I don't feel that I'm going to need both. I think in those games where we dominate, I want someone a bit better on the ball. But I don't think Sarr is as good as Bentancur. That's all I'm going to say. I don't think he's as good a footballer as Bentancur.
With that, do you know what? I'll step back a bit on that one. Fair play. Good point there, yeah? I mean, like I said, for me, Sarr, I think he's been bang average over the past 2 years. Yes, still a young player, whatever. I mean, his work engine is... There's not many with more of a work engine than him. And like I say, I think he's in the wrong sport, personally. I think he should be in athletics. I mean, the stamina he's got is unreal. But I do not see enough consistent passing over him or shooting. Okay, he gets a goal here and there, or direct ball and whatever. That final third of him seriously lacks. But if you want someone in there as an engine that's just going to get about all over the place, do you know what? I'll step back a bit on that one. And yeah, I agree. Certain games Sarr will be better, and certain games Bentancur or Bergvall or whatever will work better. And this is one thing we have with Thomas Frank. We have someone who will do that, who will rotate basically. I just still don't particularly rate Sarr as a player overall.
I think they're both inconsistent though. So there's arguments for both of them, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I'll agree with that as well.
And for me, at the moment, I have got a feeling that Bentancur might have a good first part of the season because he's got his last year of his contract. I've got a really feeling that he will do it, and then we'll have an issue with him going in January on a free, maybe. I don't know, but I just think at the moment it's either or for me. I don't think it's really a big deal for me whether it is Sarr or. I think you're right on the fact that Sarr is not very good in passing wise, but the fact that he scores goals, and now we've got a Palhinha midfield as well. And I'm not going to overrate him. He still needs to prove himself, but I still think he needs to prove himself. And I wanted him, but I still think he needs to prove himself, like Kudos. But yeah, I just don't want to just give it an easy ride for Bentancur, because I think Bentancur can have his off games sometimes, and he's injured too easily as well for me.
The problem is. Alex, is he used to do it at Juventus a lot and they used to complain about it. He does have his moments, anything from 1 to 3 times in a game, where all of a sudden it's like Romero in an aspect. He sort of just, and it's like his phone's just rung and he missed the ball that goes straight across his feet and then click back in, sort of thing. Bentancur is known for doing that since he's been at Juventus. I just think with Palhinha there, that's our first pick that goes there. And you now look at that midfield, depending on the game, with him there, as long as he stays fit and plays like he did in the Premier League, Sarr looks all right next to him. Bergvall looks all right next to him. Basuma could actually be very good next to him. If you play Basuma the right way, you can play them both as a box-to-box, except Palhinha coming back as more the defensive ball winner box-to-box, and Basuma more the going forward box-to-box. And when we played him going forward, Basuma looked like a different player, basically, to me. It's just most of his mistakes were always defensive, where he's not a defensive player. Them two in midfield together could work out very nicely, but I can understand why people would say get rid of Basuma as well. And with Palhinha there, you go and put any one of our midfielders there, it already looks more stable. I would still rather get an out-and-out another centre mid there, but it looks a lot more stable with Palhinha there, in my opinion.
I think I can take that. I'll relate to that one. Yeah, I just think it's the consistency, Dan. It's like the whole thing with the whole, because I heard what Stell said on their show yesterday. Yeah, the Spurs fight, and about Thomas Frank. It's about consistency. It's about improving himself at the end of the day. Like I do feel, I do feel that listen, it's a good day. It's a good day. Yeah, I should be doing a show. I should have done a show right now, but I'm going to do it later on. To say that it's a good day. Yeah, it was a good day yesterday. Yeah, right. Beating Arsenal. Angus, you need a little bit more bottle though, mate. You know what I mean? Come on now, don't get bantered by us. Like, you know what I mean? Have a little bit of fight, mate. You know what I mean? You know, don't let Nubo boot banter you like that, man. Come on now, man. You know what I mean? You're an Arsenal fan, man.
5 years, but 5 years though, I've won nothing. I can't really say anything. To be fair, I can't say anything.
A little bit of fight though, bro. You know what I mean? It's not even the start of the season. You're letting these like banging you like that, man. Come on now, bro.
I have no fight left in me. I have no fight left in me.
Alex, just like you, he doesn't get to choose it if we banter him. We banter him, just like you.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry,
but when we're talking about Saar being a goal scorer, I've just done some research. I do feel like the recent friendlies have skewed a little bit of what this guy actually does. This guy has played 104 games for Tottenham Hotspur and scored 9 goals. So roughly 1 goal every 11 games, something like that. So I think we've got to be really careful when we're talking about, well, he does score loads of goals from midfield. I mean, he's got 6 Premier League goals in 4 seasons. So I think we've got to just temper it. He's got a great goal against Arsenal and he scored 2 goals against the League One side in Wickham. So I think we need to temper expectations for me. Listen, Saar, if Frank can make Saar into a top player, I'm here for it. But I do think that we're doing what we normally do. We see a player who's done nothing for many years have a decent 90 minutes or 2, and we go, oh, he's brilliant. He's world-class. You're all wrong about Saar. Not saying you said that, Alex, but I don't think he's a great footballer. I think he's got a great engine. I think he's a real good workhorse, but in most games where we play at home and we're going to have the ball against teams like Burnley and Sunderland and Leeds and you name it, I don't think you need that guy in midfield. If you've got Palhinha, have Palhinha and let the other 2 go. That's
listen. Now you come to my thinking. Now let the other 2 go in terms of Bentancur or Bissouma or Bentancur, right? Or, you know, but it's just. I just think they just need to do a little bit more for me, Saar, and fight it out, Saar and Bentancur, because they've been so inconsistent. The main midfielder at the moment, at this stage at the moment, is Palhinha, who still needs to prove himself because of his bad run at Bayern Munich. But I'm hoping... Did he have
a bad run at Bayern Munich? Or was
I think he just didn't have a chance at Bayern Munich, but it's just like, this is not having a go at him. This is not having a go at him. I just think it's. I just hope I can see. Again, this is where I don't. This is why I'm not going to listen to Lubo when he says just back the manager. I need to see it, and he needs to prove himself. I just need to see how Thomas Frank. Yeah, I'm sorry, no, because he does this, and Johnny does this as well. I saw it yesterday, and I wish I was on there to just say to him, Johnny, stop it. You know what I mean? Because tell me how the class of '92 worked out for him. You know what I mean? It's like the youngsters that he told me last year that were going to be absolutely brilliant and be like the class of '92 Man United, and look how that worked out for him. Nowhere. But you know, but
were you not impressed with what you saw from Thomas Frank yesterday?
No. It's good. You know, it was a good pragmatic performance. It was a good pragmatic performance, but against Savva, right? He needs to prove himself. And I'm sorry, I did the same thing with Pochettino. Didn't like him. I'm saying this again. Sorry, Dan. Again, like I say, I'll repeat myself again. He had to prove himself. It's the same with Thomas Frank. I've got nothing against him because I actually like him. I actually like the bloke. I'm very calm with him.
I've never heard you say anything positive about him.
Oh, I've said it, Savva. You've heard me how many times? I'm sorry. You're not listening to me then. Yes, I
Lubo,
have,
you're on
Savva.
mute.
I'm
You're on
sorry,
mute.
Savva.
I'm gonna dash off. Thanks for having me on, Angus. Good to meet you. Listen, I'm sure we'll see you on the Spurs podcast quite regularly now over the next few months. Now you've sort of come out. You are the Sol Campbell
You are
now.
gay.
Anyway, listen, you don't mind if I call you Sol now, do you?
No, I've been called worse, Lubo. You can call me what you want, to be fair. Been called worse.
Listen, it's always good to have. Very rare to get. Listen, it's very rare to get a Woolwich fan. Very
What
rare
the
to get a
hell?
fan of the Woolwich on the podcast. But anyway, and don't go missing. Listen, you went
No, I
missing
won't.
last season. We had to put a search party out for you after the Champions League defeat with PSG. You know,
At least it wasn't 5, thank God. It was only 3, at least. It was only 3.
Anyway, I'll see you soon. Take care, everyone. Have a good day.
See you, Lubo.
Peace. See you later, Lubo.
Lubo.
We won it in Hong Kong.
Oh my.
You gotta love it.
I need a quick favour. Savva, give me a number between 1 and 50.
37.
Right. 37. Alex, 1 and 50. 1 to 49. Or 1 out of 50, sorry.
When the fuck? 35.
Cool. I have to make them a bit close. Ellie?
It has to be number 10, Glenn Oddle, isn't it?
Okay, and I can't believe I'm asking this off a bloody gooner, but go on, give me a number.
4.
4. Okay, and I'm going to be
Where are they going to finish
with
this
my
season?
lucky 13,
Yes,
as that's my
Savva.
lucky number. And whoever, 2 numbers between 12 and 1.
8
Okay,
and 11.
next one.
7.
Okay, that'll
7.
do me fine. That's my spare lottery ticket done. And
Oh,
I
God,
can
was that
promise
it?
this.
Is that what we're doing?
Yep. If we go and
I thought
didn't
there
you
was-
work it out?
I thought there was something going on here.
Well, there will be if I win it, mate. We'll be going out for a piss up. Put it that way. There's 145 million pound on the Euros tonight.
Dan, I'm not
You
gonna
lot,
lie.
you lot come Spain. You lot come Spain. We'll have a massive piss up.
Hang on. I've got a bone to pick here. If you win 145 million and the only thing you're treating me to is a piss up, I'm really annoyed.
Yeah, but I didn't tell you where the piss up would be, did I?
Fair enough. Okay, good. If you could pay off my mortgage as well, that would be very nice. Guys, listen,
Let's just say we will be going on a long cruise.
Look, I am going to leave it there today. Look, we've had. It's been a good 24 hours. I know people like Alex will make you think that we've not had a good 24 hours, but we have. And I know that people like Alex will tell you we've not got a good manager, but we have.
Can I just add something on Pepe Sarr?
If you want to, yeah, sure.
No, it's because my brother just texted me because he's watching the show, and he said Pepe Sarr is like Sissoko, but with a slightly better pass. There you go. I didn't say it, my brother did.
I don't disagree at the moment. I don't disagree. Sorry, just eating some jelly babies. Faz, thank you very much. Said in Arteta we trust. Yeah, I think they're in phase 6 or 7 now. I'm not sure which phase Arsenal are in, but they're in a phase. Big up to you, Faz. Really appreciate that. Listen, guys and girls, thank you very much. Listen, it has been a good 24 hours for Tottenham beating Arsenal. More than the fact that it was Arsenal, it was just how we played and how we looked under the new manager was very, very promising. Signing Palhinha as well. He is having a medical today in Germany ahead of a loan move, which is a very good deal for Tottenham. Thank you very much to each and every one of you. As Spurs said, Savva, I'll give you 50k for your channel. You'll give me 50k. Do you think my channel is only worth 50k? Let me work this out in my head. Nah.
Sell it and start up a new one. You'd still get up to 15k pretty quickly, mate.
Yeah.
50k. I'll make that a month, mate. I'll make 50. No, I don't. Guys, girls, thank you very much. Please subscribe to the Hotspur Hood. Please subscribe to Alex, THFC, Mr. Box Office. Please follow Queen Ellie on all of her socials. Follow Angus on his socials. And if everybody right now in the chat could just welcome Angus into the Spurs family, a nice warm Tottenham hello, because he is the latest member of the Yid family. Welcome, Angus. Thank you very much for joining Tottenham. We do love you. We welcome you with open arms. I'm going to send you all over to Jim and Kate, The Perfect Match. Please go over there. Please subscribe, like. They're great people, very generous, very nice people. Please smash the like button to them. Please type in Savva Raid. And as always, come on, you Spurs.